Okay, so we got everybody here. If you guys are good to get started, let's rock. Um,
Sure.
so, well, I'm just waiting on Myriad to join in the Foundry. Are you connecting or?
Oh, oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, they're good. All right. So last time, just as a quick little recap, so it was the second part of the whole alien homage where you guys had to deal with xenomorphs on your ship. Uh, you lost Natalie and Kat to face huggers, and you also found out that Dr. Clemens was an android. Uh, During that time, after you killed the xenomorph, it was revealed that our very own Drake is actually an undercover synth. Uh, and to cover her tracks as well as to sort of mask up the incident in a favorable way, you did a lot of stuff like you wiped Mother's short-term memory, you doctored the footage from the security cameras to make it look like Clemens was mauled by the Xeno rather than shot, and that he was the one who was exposed rather than Drake. And I think that pretty much covers the essentials, so we're just going to get underway here. So just to confirm, so Drake, did you say you were going to enter hypersleep with the rest of the crew, or were you going to stay awake with Isaac or with
No.
Hana?
No, I'll be keeping the illusion up because it's probably still going to get things recorded on the ship.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
So
Hana will periodically communicate with her via the
the neurovisor.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, yes, Mr. Weyland. No, Mr.
Okay, so
Yes, Miss Drake, I don't understand why you suddenly have the need for me to wash your feet.
oh god. And so Hana, aside from
Nasty.
communicating with Drake's orders to give you give her foot rubs, is there anything that you
Oh,
is there anything you do during the transit to
you, Cody.
You find out something very terrifying. Hana gives the best foot rubs.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah. No.
You're just rubbing the cryopod instead of the feet. It's like, oh, how I wish I could actually. But anyway, so weeks pass as everybody bar Hana snooze and glorified freezer. Uh, but eventually you come to. So as it, it's up to with Hana wake everybody up in advance, or would you just wait on Mother?
What?
Like you've reached your destination.
Whatever the standard operating procedure is, unless there's an emergency.
Okay. So in that case, Mother would like you reach your destination. The cryopods open up, and now everybody is awake. I mean, yeah, obviously,
I
but
don't have coffee ready for everyone.
yeah, gotta combat that dehydration. Um, so, is there anything anybody would be doing during this time, or would you want to just skip to when you dock?
I think we can get
Actually,
talking because I think we're all going to shower and brush our teeth.
Yeah. Get some stretching and going on.
I'd say that.
All right. So, a short time passes, and after you get, dressed and showered and all that stuff, you reach the airlock. You dock with Vesalius Station, and you dock with the station. I'm assuming Drake, but who all goes to the airlock to meet the people at the station?
Hana would as well.
Okay.
I would mainly because I have to bring in the cadavers.
Cadavers is in the dead aliens or the
The
Dead
dead
people.
aliens, but also it also depends is what we're going to be doing with the dead crew members and guests. Odds are they're probably going to have ways for repatriating Natalie.
Just before we continue any further, Cody, I'm seeing the symbol for the freak out or the panic symbol on my character.
I don't see
Is
it.
that meant to be there?
Oh, that
I
little
see it on
small.
mine.
Oh, that little small one.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, now it's gone. I didn't see that because Honda's token was sort of in the way.
Yep. And I will replenish my health since obviously being in cryo, I would.
Well, actually, not quite because as an android, you have to do contact to
Oh,
repair yourself.
that's right. I keep forgetting.
So,
Yeah.
You're not like Clark right now.
so
Yeah.
One drawback.
Then Hana will assist Miss Drake with repairing herself.
well, keep in mind repairs would take 6 hours of work if memory serves. Like it would take a shift and a contact roll to repair yourself. So, I don't think you want to be keeping these people waiting for 6 hours if you've just docked.
Oh.
True.
We can do it afterwards.
Yep.
Just wear a coat.
Yeah. Just I have multiple spacesuits. It's full onesie. Basically, she'll just slip on a new one and just patch everything up and go. Yeah,
Oh, by the way,
that's just milk. Don't
by
worry.
the way, Hana will have made like if there's any like foot part or whatnot, she'll work on modifying up one for Miss Drake so she can blend in.
Okay.
You just have to get some makeup that just hide the abuse, okay?
I can take care of my own abuse. Poof, poof, poof. I look better now. Poof, poof.
Oh, so it's gonna be like that Jim Carrey scene in Liar Liar where he's just
Yeah.
beating himself up in the bathroom. The guy's
Yeah,
like,
pretty
"What the hell are
much.
you doing? Beating the shit out of myself."
Do you mind?
Okay, so
Miss Drake is very clumsy. She fell down some stairs. I know your ship had stairs. That's what makes it so very odd.
Yes, that stairwell is so dangerous.
Okay. So from my understanding, so Drake goes, Hana goes, Madeline goes to bring the bodies of of Natalie. Are you bringing Clemens and Kat, or are you keeping Kat?
Clemens, yeah, I'm sure there's probably a different procedure for Kat.
Okay.
We take care of our own.
All right. So you bring Clemens, you bring Natalie. I'd take it you bring the corpses of the aliens.
Yeah. We'll just say they're all in a trash bag.
Okay, and then and then I would say that in terms of the crew, that probably would be like Tyler and Kowalski bringing the bodies of like all this stuff, helping you bring that over. So the airlock cycles, and when it opens, you see a small group of people there. The apparent Visalia Station counterpart to Hartley from Thesia Station is a blonde woman with sunglasses and a ponytail, and she's accompanied by two guys. She's holding a clipboard and tapping her foot impatiently. The two men, one of whom is a scientist, and the other one is a security guard with a holstered six-shooter. The woman seeing you open, she steps up to you. Are you people the Helios crew?
This is where Uma's gonna look at everyone and go, wait, did we become Helios? I thought we were Hyperion.
Yes, she meant the station we departed from.
Oh, right. It's so confusing. We've just had a really rough trip, you know?
So, do you correct her or no?
I think we are correcting her because we're talking out loud in front of her
Oh,
about
yeah, good point. So she's like, hey, yeah. All right. I'm Brittany Barklam of Visalia Station. You're supposed to be delivering cargo. And she glances over to the like trash bag full of dead stuff. I'm assuming that is the cargo.
If Uma was allowed to, she'll drag Clemens right behind her and she goes, yep, and she'll throw Clemens's body at her and says, better deal with that little piece of tin can.
She just like jumps back and like you see nervously the security officer, he doesn't pull out his gun, but he like reflexively nearly does, because he just was not expecting a dead android to be flung at his boss.
Yeah, let's just say, this was not a good delivery job.
Understatement.
Let's see. Just double checking before Hana says anything. The official story is that things got loose and they ended up killing him. And yeah, there's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The samples were improperly stowed and came loose. And this is the result.
Someone is incompetent, and you see her kind of crossing arms, and she's going ahead and actually giving that foul look of going, "I'm not impressed."
So you can tell that even though she's wearing shades, the woman is sort of, glaring back at you, and she's like, well, thanks for putting more paperwork on my desk in addition to cargo that's no longer attacked. The job was to deliver intact cargo, whatever it was. I'll have to report that it's no longer of use.
Oh, no, it's already been taken care of. I spoke to the last station we were at, informed them of the whole situation. So if you want to blame someone, you better blame them because they're the ones who gave it to us and didn't properly secure it. And might
I
as well
can
blame
confirm
your.
that OSHA standards were violating the securing of potentially hazardous and dangerous biological materials. Likewise, they were not labeled at all.
To be
Mhm.
honest, they did not finish the handoff before we took control of the cargo. So basically, it is the previous stations at fault which they emitted.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Hana pulls out the little thing. As you can see, the receipt of goods was never actually signed, technically making it the original floor bearer's property at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So with that
We were in the
argument in mind,
process of receiving them when the when the people moving them knocked them over. Was not a member of this crew.
so she pauses to sort of reflect on that, uh, and she's like, yeah, you know what, you brought this, just sign here and we'll sort it out.
I'm hoping for compensation because we went through a lot of problems and we had a death in the crew. So I think we deserve a bit of compensation before we sign off on things, shall we?
Yeah, hazard pay.
Hmm.
And she then just is like, if you're looking for compensation, you're asking the wrong person. My role in this whole operation is to receive the cargo that you were supposed to deliver. You want compensation, you're gonna have to talk to the higher ups because I'm playing a part in this job just like you are.
Mm. And that means basically get back to Anchor Station, speak to my lovely little friend there, and we'll sort it out from there. I guess so. Fine. She'll just grab the paperwork. She'll sign off just very weakly and just I can't be bothered to put any effort into it and just hands it back.
Well, I'll just turn ahead and just say, well, quote company regulation about what we'll be doing with Natalie because it's now on these people then.
What
Exactly.
is the standard operating procedure for this particular type of scenario?
Basically, she basically was part of the cargo transfer, overwatching it. So
Mhm.
it's on their responsibility to look after her and all this. But now that she's dead,
Mhm.
she gets to have the new paperwork of getting that going.
And on top
The
of that,
body should be sent back to the family when possible,
Mhm.
unless they
I will
were
agree.
specified to have a space burial in their
Yeah,
contract.
we're gonna dump this on the bureaucrat because if they're being a jerk, they get that. This is
Yeah.
what happens when you act like a jerk.
And that at the same time, since technically everything wasn't signed off on us to be responsible for it, and they're the ones signing off on it to say they've received it, technically it's now between these two stations and we have no responsibility. So, done service. We'll see you later. Anything else?
Well, what I would say though, in terms of this dock worker would say is like, technically, you actually signed on, you signed at Theseus Station to say you got the cargo, and you were supposed to deliver it here and sign off to say you delivered it, which you just did.
Not
Uh,
for exactly what we had to go through. It was meant to be secured cargo. Cargo wasn't secure, but it wasn't at our fault. And she'll quote several different regulations about how exactly things are meant to be secured before transit, and of course it's at the fault of the Theseus station who's at fault.
Improper labeling also is a very important
There's
thing.
also the fact is, like, especially when you do these sorts of things, by the time we get receipts, we need to do our own independent inspection. That never happened, only because when we got this thing to come in, they basically brought it in, so it was still under their liability. Welcome to the world of shipping, where it's basically like, really, really, people don't want to take accountability if they don't have to.
So in that case, so the woman seems pretty moved by that argument. She's like, you know what, just you signed off, just head back to Anchor Point, and we'll work things out with the hierarchy or with the higher ups.
And she'll just look at her and go, "Pleasure doing business. Hope we don't have to be here anytime soon." And she'll smile.
Yeah, really channeling all the passive aggressiveness you can, huh?
Oh yes.
So okay, so
Sounds great.
so in that case, you all, I would assume, head back to your ship. Head back aboard the Hyperion.
Yep.
And then just we'll just skip ahead to where you're going to Anchor Point, unless there's anything anybody else wants to do.
We try to do repairs.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
good point.
I'm a helper. You get 1 health back.
One, just one. Oh.
You want more? Okay.
What? I'm happy with that. Thank you. I fully recovered and I have bonuses.
Well, technically, we're just going to have time it. So 3 hours, 1.5 hours. This is.
Well, keep in mind, you need 1 success per HP, don't you?
Yeah, so it's only basically 3 hours we would have done this in.
I will contact on myself. Then 10 because I only need 10.
Because my full health is 6.
There we go.
So you get an HP back. Are you at full health? Let me move Drake's token. Okay, no.
Which I should be because I had plenty of time to repair myself.
Yeah, that's true. There you go. You're at full health.
There you
Um.
go.
Okay, so the as Sierra put it, the toasters heal themselves. And then
it's like I am not a toaster. My ability to heat bread or food is based upon it being connected up to my body.
You lack a significant upgrade.
Hannah, the only way you're going to be able to toast any bread is if it's between your thighs with a heated sauce in between.
You seem to know a lot about that, Ms. Drake. It's a very interesting bit of knowledge.
You are familiar with my upgrade package.
I'm concerned.
I was very familiar with what upgrade packages you got given.
Drake bought a secret 5th upgrade, a built-in toaster.
And you just see her gingerly walk away.
Is that her true
It's a strange custom in certain Japanese circles of eating sushi off the body of a naked woman.
What the oh, okay, so anyway, we go back to Anchor Point.
That's the thing. I was about to say is that Drake actually has a vice of Pop-Tarts, so she just wants Pop-Tarts.
Wow, this just rapidly went down the wrong rabbit hole right here, didn't it?
So several weeks passed during the Hyperion's flight back to Anchor Point. After you arrive in the system, get dressed and have breakfast and all that, you make your way to the bridge and you notice something interesting and potentially concerning. Docked at Anchor Point for the first time is a military warship, a Conestoga-class troop transport used by the American military, though this one is clad in colonial martial markings. Though visibly armed with railguns, an ASAT missile bay, and particle cannons, the ship's weaponry doesn't target the Hyperion, but nor does the crew make any sort of attempt to hail you.
Why would they want to hail us?
Uh-oh, I smell trouble. When does UA ever come to Anchor Point?
Seconds later, you receive a hail that pretty much, kind of like the ones you get before, that pretty much just gives you instructions on which terminal to dock at, same as usual. And you notice, though, there are several other civilian ships docked at the station at the moment, and there aren't particularly many available docking ports, but you do have one designated for you. So, Sierra, if you want to give me a piloting roll,
Alright.
and remember you get a +2 because, well, I think like the back of your hand, I don't know if it automatically applies or not, but you do have
I would.
the, I don't know if it does or not, so just give yourself +2 for flying the Hyperion.
Yeah, just do up the maths just in case.
Oh. I forgot to do math.
Oh. So how much is your what is it? Your agility and pilot rolls are. How many points there is in it?
It's 8.
Okay. And what is back of the hand do?
It gives you +2 to flying a certain kind of ship, which in this case would be the Hyperion. So
Yeah.
that would
Which
actually
means
be
it hasn't
10.
applied.
Yeah.
So
I push
you'll
it.
need.
Push
Yeah.
it,
No, you.
for God's sakes.
Yeah.
You don't want to ram the American ship. And
Ooh, there we go.
No, it's like Hana, or not Hana. Sierra like turns the ship towards the con, so like, hands off!
Oh god.
reading Bonsai as he crashes the Hyperion into the Constanuga.
Oh
No, I
Lord!
can just see Sierra doing this whole one big white ass turn and just turn saying, "Bonsai fake."
Correcting.
Romero, please avoid crashing the ship.
Oh Lord! Well, no, Sierra does a great job at. Sierra brings the ship in for another smooth landing, another happy landing. So you make your way. So the ship docks. Does anybody do anything like any sort of prep work before you board the ship or the station?
I think we might need to know what exactly we're going to be prepping ourselves for, so I think we need to know the next mission first.
Well, keep in mind you wouldn't get your mission briefing until you report in.
Yeah.
True. So maybe we'll wait till we get the new mission and report that in.
I mean, again, though, you would have to actually, meet your supervisor to actually get the mission. So camping on your ship isn't really going to accomplish anything.
Oh, no. What I'm meaning is as in we report it in before we go ahead and do anything to do with prep work of getting more stuff for the next mission. Does that make sense?
Well, I'm trying to understand. So you're saying like, what are you? Are you trying to do it
I
remotely,
think
or
we're
are you?
just going to get ourselves brushed, showered, all of this, shaved for some of us, and then head out.
Yeah, Hana will like fashion you, and like your hair will look really, really good.
No. My hair stays the same way as it always has. Split down the middle with a bun at the end.
You're not daring enough to get a fringe cut?
No.
So if you guys are doing that, is everybody good to go?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So you make your way
I
over to
think
the,
so.
what's here?
I said yes.
Okay. So you make your way over to the airlock, and when it opens up, you find yourself facing several armed cops as well as some guys in white lab coats like Bill Nye the Science Guy. The cops, though they aren't brandishing weapons, are armed with a mixture of ES4s and stun batons, though, their weapons aren't drawn. One in particular stands out, a guy with light skin and hair that's dark blonde in color. He sports sideburns, and from the markings on his uniform, you get the impression that he's possibly of higher rank or importance than the rest of his men in front of him, or behind him. He speaks up. I am Inspector Nichols of the Colonial Marshal Bureau. The report filed by Uma Drake was received and logged, and a thorough investigation was requested by the highest level of administration in the company. A search of your ship is in order, and as for all of you, please follow me to the Bureau.
Hold
This is
on a
Switch.
minute. Hold on a minute. Before we even do anything here, what's your name and rank again?
He just said.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch because as such. What was his name?
So he was Inspector Nichols of the Colonial Marshal Bureau.
Inspector Nichols. Okay, Inspector Nichols.
Nichols?
Yeah.
So Inspector Nichols, what exactly is going on?
And he was saying it's like, well, I'm just trying to think of the dialogue in my head before it starts spewing it out. So he would pretty much go on to explain it's like, based on the incident that you logged and reported, and sent back to the company, it was requested that an investigation take place of both the physical kind, aboard any sort of gestures to your ship, and questioning of the crew. So please follow me to the bureau.
Okay.
Honestly, probably should have saw this coming.
What?
Do you mind if I have a quick word with the rest of my crew before we go into the bureau?
And so he says like, not for now. For now, I have questions for you all. Please follow me. And he sounds a little more
Okay.
stern about that. So
All right.
you guys go aboard Anchor Point. You
Mhm.
reach the usual security checkpoint where you are to, just like to leave. Well, you would usually leave any weapons aboard, that like weapons and weaponizable equipment at the aboard the
Mhm.
ship. But if you have any equipment, you would be required to both stow it at the security checkpoint, like in isolation, as well as step through a metal detector.
Mm.
And naturally, for some individuals, there are no detections for certain reasons. And everybody else. I mean, is anybody carrying any weapons?
Uma
It
has
was.
her semi-automatic.
Then
That's the
are you
staff. That's
are
her
you
staff pistol.
are you trying to conceal it, or are you going to leave it at the?
She will turn around and say,
Check
"I have
her
never."
pistol.
She'll turn and say, "I have never gone ahead and had my pistol removed from me at all since working with the company. It stays with me."
Actually, I'm pretty sure it has been removed.
I never had it taken off me when I got to the checkpoint station the first time.
No, I'm saying like out of character.
Oh. No, I went ahead and was able to keep the weapons on us, but we had to keep it within sight.
Well,
Is what I
no,
remember.
for you, no, yeah, you're right. Now it's coming
Oh.
back to me. You would be able to keep your pistol on you, but keep it stowed. But everybody
Mhm.
else would have to, deposit any like guns or melee weapons or explosive components or any sort of shit like that at the security checkpoint, and they would run you through a metal detector to make sure you're not like hiding any guns.
And she'll just go ahead and go, "Fine, just check me out. But just check on Hannah. She might be a combustive explosive hooker."
And the inspector's just there, like, just giving you this like look of fucking. Did you seriously just say that? Like, is like, and like, he wasn't expecting to ever hear that. And you can see the other cops are just kind of like looking around, like looking at each other, like, what the fuck? So, just
I get paid
final.
for my. I do not get paid for the engagements of sexual activity I do. I simply am owned.
You'll see Drake just give a soft little smile to that, just
I'll
to
just
go.
ask the inspector, can I just get a pat down and move?
So yeah, I guess he will. Well, no, that kind of thing you would have to do manipulation.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm asking is because of all this going on with them. It's like, they're holding up the line. I'm just going to go on the other line.
Yeah.
Assuming,
Yeah,
like,
well, that's going on. Can I try to hide my pistol?
You would have to. I'm trying to figure out what the skill to hide the gun would be.
Yeah.
Um.
yeah,
I hope it's agility.
It would probably be. Well, what do you guys think? Observation or mobility?
sleight of hand stuff would be like mobility.
Yeah, I
Then
was thinking the
for them
same
to
thing.
notice would be an observation.
Well, in this case with the metal detector, I would say it would be Comtech.
Yeah.
So it's going to be mobility versus Comtech.
Okay. Oh boy.
So roll your mobility, and you are the defender, so you. All right, one success. Let's see what the scanner operator, what he rolls. Uh oh.
Well. Well.
Yeah, and there's beep, 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 and then the cops are visibly on edge,
Hmm.
and yeah,
Drake will put up her hand. She'll turn and say, Monroe, did you forget to go ahead and unclip yourself with your weapon?
Monroe.
You've done this so... Yeah, Sierra.
No, it's Romero, not Monroe.
Romero.
Oh, Romero. Sorry, Romero. Sorry, I was thinking Romero, but for some reason I went
Oh.
Monroe. Romero, you've done this so many times. How could you forget to pull out your pistol? I do
Sorry,
apologize.
Crowd just messed me up. You know, I'm just tired.
She's
As
still
the
suffering
officer's
the effects
patting
of
me
hyper
down, I'll
sleep.
just say along the lines it seems to be is that's her blonde moment. She dyes her hair black.
Silly me.
You just smile and say, "Oops."
Oops.
No, and then she puts her fingers up to her mouth and like a lady, like, oh, like little gesture. It's like, oh, I just smuggled a gun by accident. But anyway, so yeah, but they would in terms of Madeline, the cops would they would pat you down for and like trying to feel for any weapons. Do you have any like concealed like pistols or knives or anything like that?
Nope, don't carry weapons.
Okay, so you're good. So
But there's
he,
lots of doctor stuff, and then they're just going to be like, "What is this?" Aspirin.
Hana does have a stun baton. I don't know if that would count or not.
it would definitely count. So they would ask you to put that in the, in the thing. So
See.
currently, Drake as the ranking corporate official would retain access to her ES4, but everybody else, for all intents and purposes, is disarmed.
Would I take my Seegson device or?
That's not a weapon, so you could keep your Seegson device.
Okay.
Yeah, I do have my cutting torch, however. It is a tool.
Yeah, given that you can use it to kill things
Torch.
and have done so multiple times.
They don't know that, though.
Well, yeah, it's just because they don't know that you've done it doesn't mean they wouldn't know that. Yeah, they would tell you to put
It's
the gun in.
possible.
Yeah, it's a fucking lit flame, like concentrated flame that you could use to like burn the hole through somebody's head. So they would tell you to chuck it in
Guys, can we not have the shoot at the police station
See.
sequence?
Very well, then.
So everybody disposes of their weapons and stuff at the security checkpoint. And you guys are escorted by Nichols and his team. The one officer stays behind at the Hyperion with the civilian workers and falls on the side. Nichols takes you all to the bureau office, and I'll switch to the map. Let me just activate that. And excuse me. Let me just check. So while you guys are learning it, so he takes you to the bureau office and instructs you all to have a seat in the lobby. The other cops stay in the room, though their weapons are not drawn. While you all are, sort of lined up, and I just brought McCoy in because I was assuming he would have been here, but he wasn't. Nichols said, "Who is the ship's onboard synthetic?"
Hana will walk
Drake will
forward.
point. Yeah.
So Hana speaks up, yes?
Yeah, she steps forward.
Okay.
Yes.
So then Nichols turns to, I'll move these two over here. It's Officer Cooper, Officer Davis. Please take her to see our resident technician. He'll have some questions for her. So these two cops gesture for Hana to tag along. So
Yep.
I will.
Good thing you already altered my core memories.
So, what do you mean?
They contacted me earlier, remember? She contacted me after this.
Well, I thought that was to repair the.
No, that was last session.
Yeah.
Talking
Well,
about.
I'm just trying to remember what you were contacting. Like, I just needed a quick reminder of that.
She wanted access
Um,
to memory in case they basically did this. I'm just reminding you because it's been like a month.
Right. Okay, so I'm just going to open these doors so they take you in here, and then we'll just move these guys, and we'll go to that scene in a sec. So, in the meantime, what?
Drake will. Yep. Drake will turn and go. They'll probably find her stash of softcore porn somewhere in there if they do a really good search.
So he says, so Nichols
Mm.
turns to the rest of the party, and so he says, "You." He points at Delacroix. He says, "Come with me, please."
And she's holding her kid's hand all this, and just looks and he's like, and him?
He'll wait outside.
It's okay, Madeline. I'll keep an eye on Matthew.
All right, well then I'll go follow him.
All right, so I'll bring you guys to the next. Hold on, let me just open that fucking door. Wait, where the hell was the room? Oh, it would be up here. And I know it says
Oh
interrogation,
yeah,
but I
it
couldn't think.
is the place from Alien Isolation.
All right, so okay, yeah. So, uh, accompanied by one other officer, so I'll just get this dude in here. The inspector takes you to the interrogation room. When I say that, I don't mean like a dungeon full of torture tools. I just mean like a room that's pretty generic, just has a table and some chairs. The lighting is pretty, somewhat bright, but not blindingly so. So Nichols then gestures for you to take a seat as he sits down.
Yeah, and I take a seat.
Okay. So he first said, like, he's sitting forward with his hands together. He says, "Now for confirmation purpose," like he pulls out a PDAT, "for confirmation purposes, please state your name and assignment aboard the crew of your ship."
Madeline Delacroix, shipboard medic.
So he then he starts like typing that in. Opens the next thing. Regarding the incident aboard your ship, what was your involvement?
I was dealing with sorts of medical procedures. Launched over when they were bringing in over the cargo, and it spilled out, and the contents became loose.
And so then he sort of nods and he's saying, "Now, as the medical officer, did you perform an autopsy on any and all parties who were killed on your mission?"
Yes,
So, where are the results logged?
they would be under my medical computer on the ship, and also on the PDAT with me.
So, he's typing that in. So as as this interview is going on, what is Madeline's like reaction? Like, how is she handling this? Is she sort of like nervous a little bit? Is she keeping it composed?
She's been in enough interrogations
Okay.
to where she'll try to keep a poker face about it.
Okay. And then he also asks, um, were any crew members wounded by the alien creatures that you dealt with? And if so, who?
Are we talking about the ones that were killed?
And he's saying, well, I'm talking about anybody who came into physical contact with the xenomorphic specimens that attacked you on board the Hyperion. Like who was he's asking like who was injured and you know like yeah he's first just asking like who was injured if anybody.
I'm sure it was in the report. Clemens was injured, but that also depends on your definition of it, I guess. Anna also took in physical damage, but also tried to shield the crew from the dangers of it.
And so he's jotting down these names. So you said Clemens and Hana, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so he was like, okay, anybody else?
None of the other crew members I was able to find any sorts of other than just normal wear and tear from the high induced stress. So perhaps a full muscle, full of that.
So he nods, and then his next question he's saying it's like, do you have any medical data logged regarding the injuries that these individuals sustained?
Um, about the crew members that just had like pulled muscles, or are you talking about the androids? I am a medic. I am not familiar with the workings of androids themselves to be able to give a good answer for that.
I see. And he's just sort of nodding a little bit, and then he goes like, "Those are all the questions I had for you, ma'am. Thank you for your time." So he then he steps out. I'm gonna forgot to open the door, so he went to drag Madeline down there. Well, actually, I should, I'll just have him there. So meanwhile, for Hana, while Hana's in this being brought to the room with the technicians. So, so Hana is taken into a room that's reminiscent of a medical exam room, uh, but more technical and mechanical components. So it's really more like a workshop that has the patient bed of an exam room. In the room is a rather large-headed man clad in a flawlessly clean suit. "Howdy, ma'am, I'm Ronald Nelson," the guy says. "Why don't you sit down on the bed for me? I just need to run a quick diagnostic scan on you. No probing, no undressing, no disassembly. You'll be in and out of here in a few minutes."
I see. Very well then.
All right, so, Hana, I guess, steps up on the bed, so he's going to make a contact roll. And now here's the thing. So, if you want to oppose it, you can, but tools will not apply because this is your programming trying to resist.
Well, at the time with it, obviously should give them access, and if there's any sign of resistance.
Well, he's basically doing like a diagnostic sort of scan. So he will make a contact all the same.
I guess I'll do a contact just to make sure they get the particular bits of data, like fast that they want them to get faster.
Okay, so if you want to roll contact, so you're saying you want to cooperate or resist?
I'm cooperating by making sure they get the specific set of data that we want them to get ASAP.
Okay.
Oh well.
So, and the question I have for you, I know you had Drake erase your memory at the time, like it was revealed that she was a synth. Exactly what point did you like? I guess this is really a question for Drake. Like, in terms of erasing Hana's memory, like how much did you erase? I know you said like when she was exposed, when Drake was exposed as an android by the alien blood. And I just want
I
to
would
know.
say probably erased from up to the point of up to the point where basically Drake was revealed, and it would have been spliced and changed with Clemens straight after being shown to be injured. So basically, it would be some sort of way to tie the two together as such.
So you're sort
I
of.
think that's how we did it.
Well, I know you did it to where you adjusted the camera footage to when Clemens, like okay, so Drake was attacked by the alien, but you made it to where it's like it looks like Clemens got attacked by the alien, and then obviously Hana was witness to both things, so you erased like the Hana's memory of knowing, of like finding out that you were an android. So I just wanted to make
Parks was the one
Pretty
who
much,
did
yeah.
it. Because she could push with the thing, and she got 5 successes to cover everything.
For the like the stuff involving Clemens.
For just the basically covering up the data manipulation 25 days ago, 18
Okay.
hours.
Right. So I just wanted to check. So the guy is doing some tests, and then it lasts a couple of minutes. And hold on, let me just check what this message is. Right, that. Yeah, because I did ask Ramba to like make that roll. So the guy is doing a contact on you, and then a couple minutes later he stops, and he smiles and nods like, all right, that's I did what I needed, so you're free to go on your way, ma'am.
I see. Thank you. I'm glad this was painless for you.
Have a nice day. And so the two cops start walking you out. So they take you back to the lobby. So in the meantime, while that's going on, so Nichols, he goes over to Sierra and gestures for her to follow him.
Okay. I go.
Oh man. So let me just move the cop there.
Straight. They access my memories.
We talk later.
Yeah, because I was gonna say if you would want to talk when there's a bunch of cops.
No, I'm just giving her a straight.
I know. I'm just sort of amused by that. Um, so Sierra gets brought into the same like interrogation room that Madeline was in.
Mm.
So
I'll be right.
okay, so he sits. Well, he sort of Nichols sits down and he basically sort of gestures for Sierra to do so as well. And I'm assuming Sierra complies.
Yeah, she sits.
Okay, so he starts out pretty much the same way as Drake, or not Drake, Delacroix, just sort of methodically. So, okay, for confirmation purposes, please state your name and assignment aboard the crew of your ship.
It's Sierra Romero, pilot and also a wolf sport.
uh, uh, and he just has he's kind of surprised, but not overly so about like the moral support line. He's like, what was your involvement in this incident?
I fly the ship.
And he just raises an eyebrow. He's like, "Ma'am, you're gonna have to give me more than that."
I flew the ship very well.
And I have to now. I'm compelled to ask. So, what is Sierra's body language here? Like, how's she handling being interrogated?
Well, she's trying to look as petite as possible. Like her knees are together. Her hands are on her lap.
Like, trying to look as
And
innocent as she.
Yes, right.
Okay. And so he he then asks, so as the one ultimately responsible for shuttling Dr. Clemens, his assistant, and their cargo to Vesalius Station. I don't know why my fucking word processor corrected station as statement. He's like, I'm sure you must know something about what happened to Dr. Clemens. What were his final hours like, both prior to the incident and just up to the time of his quote-unquote death?
He wasn't in the pilot's chair, I tell you that much.
And
Oh my god! Please don't make me laugh any harder.
oh,
What involves what is involving piloting? No, then I don't know about it.
Yeah.
And so at this he's getting a little like you can tell he's having a tough time buying it. So he's like, "What is it you're not telling me?"
Sometimes I sneak in extra sweets at the piloting chair. I may gain a few pounds.
And yeah, he's going to roll manipulation because NPCs can do that. He's going to roll manipulation to try to suss out because he's suspicious. He's a lawman. So manipulation. So all right, Sierra, this will be opposed. So you can roll if you would like. I would highly encourage it.
All right, what's the opposing? So
Yeah, just roll mobility or not mobility, manipulation.
okay.
Ooh,
All right,
that's
panic.
Yeah. Where's the stress back?
You just click on stress to roll the panic. Oh shit.
The only reason I know that is because Chicago cops do that because it doesn't leave marks so that the DA doesn't go after them.
Okay, so in terms of the manipulation, so the way I'm going to work this is that while talking to this guy, Sierra divulges some sort of thing that she's obviously trying to cover up about the like things she has seen and like the mission, like how it failed and like anything involving Drake. So I'm going to leave it up to you to divulge what piece of information you give away. Like
Okay.
that as you're talking to this guy, you say something you shouldn't have.
Oh, I just give one thing away, or does that be?
Yeah, well, you give away
You can
something.
anything. You can talk about how you were the one that ate the last pizza slice.
Well, no, it's more like,
Yeah.
well, it's something like specific. Like the way I'm handling this for the sake of like seriousness is that like it would have to be something related to the mission, like something like hinting at the fact that Drake covered up the whole like the death of Clemens, or that hinting that Drake is an android, or hinting at this, hinting at that. So
Okay.
They don't know. They never saw the injury. Only Hana and
No.
no, Sierra knows.
Sierra was down in the in the reactor relay area when that
Yeah, I was
happened.
there.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
also she was at the bridge when Drake was getting put back together, so she knows that Drake is a synth.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just say, I can only handle so many robots today at once.
Oh shit. And so he picks on that. It's like so many robots. What robots?
There's only one that I know of.
Then why did you say robots?
Are you a robot?
And he says, "No, I'm a human being. Are you a robot?"
I don't know.
Um, so in this case, yeah, let's see. I am going to do like because this is sort of going in stages. He's going to make another manipulation to try to see if you crack.
Oh no. Oh no.
All right, roll your manipulation.
Oh my god.
Well.
All right, so you continue talking to him, but you give away more to the robots thing, or you say something you shouldn't have. So what is that something?
Let's see. It's not like I noticed any talk to the robot or anything.
And so he then goes like, "What robot are you talking to? Or rather, robots, because you have mentioned more than one."
Will I get in trouble if I say who the robot is?
No.
You're not gonna. You're not gonna kill me or take me outside.
Oh, this is great. But it says, "No, I'm not going to kill you for cooperating."
Okay. If I tell you who the robot is, I get paid extra.
And he's saying, "No, if you know who the robot is and you say, then you aren't interfering with a police investigation." So he's basically hinting at the fact that if you cooperate, then you have immunity. If you resist, even after just saying, something like crucial to the investigation, then you could be facing like criminal charges.
I think Clemens was a robot.
And he, you know, he knows like, so Clemens, and he's typing that down. Who else?
That was it.
He just stares at you. Ma'am, you said robots. There was more than one. You named Clemens. Who else? And you can tell he's
Hannah?
getting so he says Hana. Let's see. Okay. Hold on a sec. So he then checks his thing and says like, now I have done my homework, and you're the current executive officer of the Hyperion in the absence of Captain Leroux. As the executive officer of the ship, how would you evaluate Agent Drake's performance during this mission specifically?
I believe, given the situation, that she performed admirably.
Okay. And so then he goes to his next question. How did she handle this situation? I'm not asking you how you think she handled the situation. I want to know your side of the story, but I want to know what happened.
She immediately put the ship in lockdown, following quarantine procedures, and made sure Breathless didn't get killed or contaminated.
So he just sort of, he nods to that, looks through his little list, and says, "Okay, man, you're clear to go."
Thank you, sir.
All right. So,
Leave.
so he leads you out, and I'm not going to bother moving his token again. So then he goes up to Drake, and pretty much same order of business. He gestures for Drake to tag along.
Sure, I'm not resistant.
Yeah, so he brings her to the interrogation room. Just move her a little bit.
Romero, is everything alright? You look like you just pissed yourself.
Oh man.
Did I?
Oh
Yes,
Lord.
Inspector Nichols. What questions do you wish to ask
So
me?
he will pretty much, like he skips the, because, just because to avoid complete repetition, he just, he will ask you your name and assignment. I'm assuming you give it.
Mm-hmm.
So he then asks what your involvement in the incident was, just like he asked everybody else.
Okay, she'll go ahead and say, I led the charge in trying to go ahead and actually stop the contamination that basically was not properly secured by the transfer at Elysia Station, which we were carrying to whatever station we were handing it off to as part of our job. She'll just nod off everything that happened from top to bottom. And when it gets to the point of Clemens and her at the science lab, she'll turn and say from that point of, he ran off. We could not locate him for a good while. Romero stayed on the bridge to make sure everything was staying on course. Myself and the other security officer, whatever his name is, I do apologize. I'm not very versed and very knowledgeable in my crew's names at the moment because that whole situation is so traumatizing. But we all went ahead and actually intended to search for both the creatures and Clemens because he acted very weird and he started to. The best way to probably describe it would be he was acting very non-human, if that makes
And
sense.
he's like, yes, I've been told that he was apparently a synthetic. Just when you think you know somebody,
Yes,
right?
exactly. Well, I made sure that was quite made aware of when we gingerly, and she'll use hand gestures in the whole quotation marks in midair, going, when I gingerly threw his body at the person who we were handing off everything to make it very aware that he's not who he appears to be. Mind you, he lost his legs in the process.
I see. And so he says from the holster, it's like, so from what I gather from the report, as well as you know other means, you authorized the termination of the xenomorphic specimens aboard the Hyperion. It doesn't necessarily affect me personally, but given that those would be worth millions to the bioweapons division, and this was asked of me by the company, I'm compelled to ask why.
They posed a danger to the crew. They already killed one of my crew, and they also killed the assistant of the supposed Dr. Clemens. So, which would have been more important? The safety of the crew versus the possibility of whatever disgrace could have happened if we were able to get them under control, which we did not have the means to do so. We were not informed of what we were carrying. We were told they were secured. We did not anticipate there was going to be any problems. So the problem lies with the people who were handling the situation back at Elysia Station.
So he would mention like it is standard protocol for ships of your class to be carrying non-lethal stun weapons. Uh,
And we
so
did. We did have the means to stun them, but the problem here is the creatures, which started off as, and she will name it off saying what exactly it started off as, which was the face hugger. But she'll turn and say, call it the face grabby thingy.
the face fucker.
And yeah, well, yeah, in all honesty, it pretty much did something to both of them, because basically what came out of the people's chest was grotesque and disgusting. And it caused the death of 2 people. And now we have to go ahead and try to bury and take care of one of our own. So the lives of who we've lost versus these specimens, again, we kept it under control so that it didn't cause any more deaths.
And he says, "Well, I mean, I can applaud you for that. I mean, don't think that I'm not on on your side on this." But and then as he's saying that, his PDAT actually beeps twice, and he pauses talking, and he starts like scrolling through like messages and stuff. And then he looks up at you and says, like he was Agent Drake, I need you to come with me. There's someone higher up in the company hierarchy who wants a word with you.
Of course, there would always be someone who wants to talk to me.
So he gets up, uh, with and then turns to the other cop in the room and says, "Officer Simpson, please come with us." And so going back to C deck, if you want, like it's totally optional because it's basically just a narrative scene, but if you want to see what's going
Yeah.
on. So
Okay, I'm going to C deck.
all right. So they actually bring Drake to Agent Bragg's office. So they just the cops sort of invite themselves in. Uh, and Bragg is sitting on her desk, looking over something on her desk terminal. On the desk is a bottle of gin and 2 glasses beside it. When she hears the door swish open, she looks up to see you all enter. She goes, Inspector Nichols and Agent Drake. And she smirks a little bit when she says Drake's name. Nichols says, "Yes, ma'am. You wish to speak with Agent Drake?" "I do indeed, in private." And Nichols goes, "As you wish, ma'am," as he gestures for Simpson to follow him out. And they shut the door behind them. So the cops are out of the room, and it's just Drake and Bragg. So Bragg faces Drake as the cops leave, and she motions for you to sit down.
Drake would have already sat down, but she's got herself legs crossed, arms crossed, and she's looking at her going, "All right, what do you want?"
And she says, "Would you like some gin?" And also bear in mind for the following thing that I will explain in just a sec. She says, "I don't know if you're the type of robot who runs on alcohol like in an old cartoon from back in the day, but I figured I'd ask." And before anybody says anything, I would like to mention. So yeah, it's very clear that she knows, but there are multiple means. I actually thought it out, and that's why I was grilling you guys so intensely for like, what are you doing? Because I was like, okay, I'm thinking of ways around this. Um, but we'll
I
just.
don't know what you mean.
Well, I'm just saying. No, I'm
What
just saying
proof
that
do
out
you
of
have?
character.
Okay.
But so she says. So she basically, makes it, hints of the fact that she knows. So what does Drake say?
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. I was born on this particular date, and she'll name off the 24th of April of 2170. No, 2162? No, wait. What's the year? What would the year be in this?
We're
21.
in 83.
2183. So she'll go ahead and say 2156. I was born in California, in San Francisco, with my two parents, so I do not know what you're talking about.
That's an excellent cover story, but I know otherwise. And she then says like, there are multiple sources, you know, uh, that were going since you returned to Anchor Point.
Well, and she'll just smile, going, I completely do not know what you're talking about.
So,
Unless you've got some proof to actually really prove this, then I would love to entertain this story.
and she will actually primarily pull up like logs from the Hyperion, because you remember those nerds that boarded the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were actually, unbeknownst to you in character, they were actually checking the logs, mother, camera footage, and yes, while you did censor the stuff with,
Mm-hmm.
like where all the stuff in the previous session,
Yep.
uh, you never exactly stated that you did so for stuff afterwards.
Any specific room?
They, she remains sort of coy as to what, but she basically plays like because the terminal has a little like speaker. She just plays little uh, exchanges, here and there. She would also say, "Would you like to see some security footage?"
Oh, I would love to entertain your thought.
And she then, spins the monitor around and it basically plays various like moments, like for example when uh, Drake was being repaired after. Like I know, so okay, when you guys got to Visalia station,
Mm-hmm.
um, which was obviously at the start of this session.
Mm-hmm.
This was after you wiped all the cameras and stuff, so you were being repaired on camera.
Ooh. Well, shoot. Out of character. This is out of character, not in character.
I know.
I'm just going, oh, shoot. We didn't think that one ahead, did we, boys?
Oh
There's
man.
hundreds of different variables, and yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
And this is where Drake will just go ahead and go, okay, fine. Caught red-handed. What are you going to do? Wipe my brain out and go ahead and make me into another HANA unit?
and she's like, well, not quite. Let's discuss this, shall we? And then she starts counting on fingers. You've acted against company doctrine on the role of synthetic beings. Pose as a human in a high rank
Mm-hmm.
position, thereby betraying the trust of Weyland Yutani. Have gone so far as to temporarily wipe your mother unit in what I'm assuming is an attempt to cover your tracks. And all this, and yet after this discovery, Inspector Nichols did some digging on you, but I pulled some strings to keep his mouth shut, at which point she then puts on a grin worthy of the Grinch. Most impressive, Agent Drake. I underestimated your resourcefulness. You've displayed such cunning, such efficiency, and strategic planning to further your own agenda. These traits are what truly make a truly efficient company agent in this corporate day and age. Tell me, is your cunning nature a subroutine or a developed attribute?
What do you think? And you just see her, because we're talking about probably my strength, and if we're going to base it off my strength and wits rolls, she'll just show how very witty she's able to quote off every little regulation that's probably gone back for nearly 2,000 years. Oh, not 2,000 years. For the last I was about to say 2,000 years. That's too much. 200 years, and she'll go ahead and recite.
Well,
Pretty
keep in mind,
much.
200 years, that would be in like the fucking the 90s probably, or like
Yeah.
the 20th century.
Yeah. And then she'll quote, and then she'll just go ahead and show that she's got the strength to back it up. So she'll what's on her desk at the moment?
She had poured, like, there was the bottle of gin and then
Mhm.
2 glasses, and she had poured you a glass and herself a glass.
Okay. Is there anything? Okay. As she reaches over to grab the glass, she'll put her hand on the desk and she'll grab the glass and she'll squeeze the table just to show that she has the superior strength as well as the knowledge and wittiness to be able to go ahead and actually work her way around anything.
And Bragg
I'm a
just
very
smiles at the sight of that, like she's like clearly impressed.
I'm a cutting can't even fucking say it, can I? Cutting linguistics.
So she's just like, it's like, well, I see your word. I color me impressed.
And knowing you probably have some idea or agenda in place.
And she's saying it's like agenda. No, 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 no. So she's saying it's like, you know, like in terms of agenda, it's like we can actually, yeah, here's this. For the sake of appearances, you'll continue to receive a salary and remain in command of the Hyperion in the absence of Captain Leroux. Uh, but in order for that to stick, we need to be transparent with each other.
Oh, I do like transparency as much as the next person.
So, yeah, she's saying it's like, together we can achieve great things in the name of the Weyland Yutani Corporation, perhaps reaching heights as great as Sir Peter Weyland himself that he did in his prime. But that requires your full, unquestioning cooperation.
What do you want?
And she says, like, what I want is just merely for, for us to work a little more closely.
Mm-hmm. Now, you and I know just as much as anyone else. Look what happened to the creator of Weyland himself. He went on a nice little adventure and he, well, was never heard from again.
And, she brings like, and why are you mentioning this?
Well, all great things have to come to an end. Obviously, there's only so much of a use for. So,
And on useful, she's saying,
you,
it's like, in terms of useful, you've suddenly become much more useful to the company, and more specifically, more useful to me.
hence why I was just about to mention, just a thought that popped in my head. Now, I just got to remember the wording. Just bear with me. It's on the tip of my tongue. Just one moment.
I think the word you're looking for is a Faustian bargain.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. I'm just taking care of something on my end. Just something that was going to help with this conversation. Do you remember the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact?
Is that a question for Bragg?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I guess in character she wouldn't. Well, possibly. I don't know, because I have no idea what the hell that is, admittedly.
Okay, if she doesn't know, then I will just turn and go. It's an act of neutrality between the Nazis and the Soviets. So, if you want you and I to work together, then I'm more than willing. But we have to put all cards on the table. So, what is it that you are wanting to do together? More
Uh,
specifically, being transparent.
So she then, just like has her hands like perfectly flat. She's saying like, all I want is for is for you to if we take a little more risks and we play a little more edgy than we have been before, then we can achieve more than we have been up until this point.
Okay. So then the question I'll ask is, am I to resume the way I'm doing things?
And she's saying it's like, oh yes, absolutely. Keep on doing what you're doing. Maybe yeah.
Okay. There is one thing we need to resolve.
What might that be?
One, because of the fact of Elasia Station's
That's the easiest station, by the way.
stupidity. Thank you, thank you. I know I was screwing up somewhere, and for some reason I had Elasia the whole time. I don't know why. Since they went ahead and um, botched up this particular contract, and we had a death of one of our own on the Hyperion. Um, is there any way we can work out compensation for the death of that person, as well as returning of the body to the family?
And she, in terms of the bodies, she has a little somewhat of a solemn look. I am truly sorry for your loss. Um, we compensation will be delivered to she looks just double checks the name Carter's family. Though as for you, though I had to use the term replacements when it comes to the recently deceased. The job goes on. You'll be receiving 2 new transfers to the security team, and she pulls out 2 dossiers and hands them to you.
Does Drake recognize any of them?
No. I think I have their dossiers written. So, well, no, I added them to the fucking whatchamacallit, to the NPC
Crew?
roster. Yeah, NPC roster.
Okay.
So just a little more detail. So the dossiers contain photos and background on 2 men, a German-born security officer named Thomas Reisinger, and a former colonial marshal turned security officer named Lionel Denham. Both were official transfers of the Hyperion, mainly by the company's choice rather than theirs. And there's ample info on things like an interviewer commentary, service records, basic information on stuff like where they were born and where they were working. And in
Okay.
terms of where they were working, Reisinger was working at a correctional facility on Earth, and Denham was the deputy of the Marshal Bureau at an American colony known as Longbow.
Okay. So she's looking through the dossiers of both of them, and she's going to turn and say, "What strings did you have to pull to get these 2 on my roster?"
And she said, no strings were involved at all. She mentions like, you lost a crew member, and though as I said, though I hate to use the term replacements, uh, I see no alternative. These are Private Carter's replacements.
I understand that, but I'm talking about as in we could have been given the dossiers, and I could have had the choice, but the company chose them.
Well,
So
now in terms of the dossiers, like these guys were basically just assigned to the ship, kind of like you guys were assigned to the ship in the first place.
right.
So
Okay. So there was no real choice in the matter.
pretty much, they didn't have a choice. You didn't
Okay.
have a choice. It's kind of like the military transferring. What?
You're just a middle manager, Drake.
Mm. She'll turn and go. I don't like the sound of this, but I do know that the company tends to just do what they want. All right. When are we expecting them?
And then Bryce like they should be arriving to your ship before your departure. And and speaking of, she also pulls out another file folder with the briefing on your next mission.
She'll grab it and she'll have a read through it.
So,
Hmm. Interesting. I'm sure the. Hmm. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a fun one, isn't it? Alrighty.
and she's saying it's like, well, I figured you might like that in terms of this could be a chance for both of us to climb.
Mm-hmm.
pulling off not only a recovery mission, but completing the mission. Yeah, we could, it could work in our favor.
Well, yes. What's the travel time on this?
I think I wrote it down. It would be like
Yeah, I don't
somewhere.
have that info in front of me.
Oh, well, we'll cover that in a minute.
Yep, done.
So, she mentions the fact that it's like, well, that's all I had for you.
Okay. And we're not being investigated any further, I'm guessing.
Not at all. So she, and then she says, like, she starts, writing something on her terminal, and she basically just, you don't know who she's writing to, but then she hits like the enter, and she's like, I just sent a message to Inspector Nichols. The rest of your crew will be dismissed from, the Marshal Bureau and free to go on the merry way.
Hmm. She'll grab the drink and she'll just go ahead and drink the whole thing in one go. She'll show pretty much that she doesn't gingerly drink her drinks. As such, she drinks it fast and quick. Good day.
And she says, excellent. Actually, she snaps her fingers. There is one other thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
Aside
What's
from
that?
you and your assistant Hana, are there any other hidden synthetics among your crew? I don't know if artificial people have a nose for sniffing out other artificial people, but I wouldn't want to think that somebody I'm giving a pardon to would be withholding something that significant from me.
All transparency. At this very moment, the only one you're aware of in this room is me. Unofficially, outside of this room, it's only Hana.
So she said, well, good.
So I don't know of anything else.
Should that change, I hope it goes without saying that I would expect you to report it to me immediately, because if you don't and I find out, or if somebody else, such as Nichols, finds out, then your immunity and that of the other synthetic wouldn't be guaranteed.
And the rest of the crew is forfeited. I know. I'm very versed in the actual bylaws and all that stuff. Don't worry. I know our lives are forfeit the moment we do something that's going to be out of hand. Alright. I will keep you informed.
Gladly. Until next time, Agent Drake, and good luck on your mission. And she just has like this grin.
She'll grin back, and then as soon as she gets out the door, she'll be like, fuck. She'll go ahead.
Miss Drake.
Well, I
Hana.
would specify though that in terms of like Hana would actually be still at the bureau, but it's at this point that like in this point in the timeline that Nichols, he's just kind of waiting in the lobby with the rest of the party, and he gets a message. It's like, okay, all of you, you are free to go. So yeah, thank you for your time and cooperation. And so everybody else, like the cops, just kind of relax, and then one of them sort of nods his head to the door to exit the bureau. So
Okay.
the rest of you are free to go.
All right. Then Hana will go like, Miss Drake, is everything all right?
No, it's not.
I see.
Best to talk back on the ship and everyone to meet in the corporate suite. It does not have any cameras or microphones in there. Am I correct? There is no cameras or microphones in the corporate suite?
I would say there actually are, but you could disable them as desired.
Oh, yeah, she will be doing that now.
Now keep in mind though,
But you can also rent a hotel room and invite everyone.
yeah, and you could also talk in a bar because it's like there's a Big Bob's Barbecue that you could like go have like
Okay.
a little table, and it's like probably the last place that anybody would be spying on you.
Okay. Actually, she'll turn and go, actually, Hana, I've got a better idea. How good are you at organizing a nice, good slumber party?
What what the fuck?
Hana like tilts her head, slightly confused. Miss Drake, is this some sort of euphemism for
You want the sex
No,
robot to
God,
have a
no,
party?
no, Hannah, no, Hannah, no. I'm talking about as in. I was being euphemistic here. I'm talking about getting everyone a room, and we will go ahead and meet up at the inn of the hotel.
I
Obviously, they've
see.
got rooms
And
there.
should the child be present?
Everyone will have their own independent room. It's just the adults who will be talking.
I see. You have some very strange things
Right
you're
now, right now, it's best if we talk once we get a room. She'll send off the message and turn and say, just organize it.
I see.
And the message everyone will receive is meet at inn, rooms being booked, urgent meeting, can't talk on ship.
Hello. Yes, Miss Drake is requesting you go over to the hotel. You will each be assigned individual rooms for whatever Miss Drake wishes for you to do in them.
Not you, LaCroix, you're not here.
This isn't a sex thing, is it?
Oh my god.
I was not informed of what it was. She just referred to that she was speaking euphemistic terms to me. I'm not understanding what that euphemism is, but that a euphemism was used.
Are our clothes on or off?
Oh dear lord.
Specified. Though I
Let's
imagine
get
you
to
would
the
probably
message.
want to keep them on as you will be in your room alone.
So is everybody going to go to the hotel first, or like does anybody else take care of
I
like
mean,
anything?
if we're going to be staying in dock for a couple of days, I was going to go to the hotel regardless to like book a room and just stay in.
Yes.
Okay.
Hana will also check on Matthew. Are you alright, kid?
No, he just
Kid, I'm
responds,
13 years
no.
old.
I mean, you get taken into the police station. Police stations are scary, so yeah, of course he's not going to say he's all right. He's not. He's going to be wondering if the cops are going to take someone away, because that's what cops do.
It is correct. Their job is to arrest people constantly as a means of generating income for the state. However, I don't believe you have violated any laws currently that would require them to arrest you.
That doesn't stop them.
sex robber
They'll just
shot
arrest you
Will.
regardless. They don't care. They don't care about if it's right or wrong.
I see. Well, if they attempt to do anything, and they are breaking the law, inform me and I will stop them. By force if necessary.
Alright. Everyone here?
You notice that McCoy is not.
McCoy is at the bar, Miss Drake,
Yeah, how'd
and
you
he
know?
told me to go fuck myself.
Yeah, odds are when they try to get a confession from him, it was just like, honestly, I was blackout drunk.
Miss Drake, I take it you do not wish me to go and fuck myself.
No. No. And no. Oh god, Anna. I need to build in humor subroutines into you. Okay, is everyone here?
No, we're waiting on Romero.
Yeah, would Sierra be
Just to be
joining?
clear,
I
I wasn't
think
sure if
he.
it's gonna be. I was trying to freshen up. I wasn't sure if it's supposed to be naked or not. So
Arrow, McCoy has informed me that you should also go fuck yourself. I do not understand how that is possible.
oh, he's just playing.
Hmm. It looks
That's
like
McCoy's
Mirad's actually
greeting to
still in the
everybody, I swear. Like, McCoy, it's like, hi, McCoy, go fuck yourself.
I mean, that's
Oh.
what Hugh Jackman did in X-Men First Class when Magneto and Xavier first met him.
Exactly, it was. Mirad, you're probably still in the map for the Bureau, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
activate hold.
we're we're on C deck on Aiken Point Station. That's why.
Oh, okay.
It's all good.
Yes.
Um,
Also, Miss Drake, if you need anyone harmed or injured in order to protect the crew, I will let you know that I'm authorized to do so, as long as it doesn't violate any laws.
we'll get into that one shortly. Good news. We all got immunity.
Yay.
Bad news is, uh, Brannig, what's her name again?
Brag.
Braggins? Bragg. Bragg. Bragg is apparently aware of my, and she'll look at us and go, situation. It seems that basically cameras are all over the ship and she saw me getting repaired.
All over the ship.
Oh, I thought you were referring to
All over the
abilities
ship.
of Mr. McCoy.
Yeah, all over the ship. It's like Total Drama World Tour where the confessional is actually the bathroom.
Yeah, yeah, so pretty much she is keeping it under wraps. So pretty much she wants a cut of whatever we're bloody doing. I'll take care of that matter. Don't you worry.
This breaks all
But-
kinds of privacy laws.
Well,
We live in a dystopic future, Romero. What makes you think we had privacy?
That is highly against contractual law, actual law, moral law, the laws of man, the laws of God, and the
Hannah,
laws of consent.
there is one law that seems to be forgotten amongst everyone is that there's the law of Weyland Yutani, and basically they will do what they want, they can get what they want, and they will dispose of us if we want, or they want.
They are not authorized to dispose of me, only you can do that.
Unfortunately, they can. If they can easily get rid of me just as much they want to go ahead and, well, probably me want to go ahead and just snap my wrist. But that's besides the point.
I see. In which case, would you need me to kill them?
Drake actually has a very quick moment in thinking about it. It's like, that would probably make our lives easier, but no, not right now.
I see. I will take under consideration then. Please inform me if you need them all dead.
I'm going to voice this, I'm going to say it, and I'm going to assume complete ignorance after I say it, because if there is a person, because apparently if it's found out that, there's another android or synthetic on board that I am not aware of, our immunity goes out the door. Which means quite possibly Hyperion could go and she'll do the gesture of explosion to say we'll easily be removed.
Okay, so whoever's our secret robot, now's the time.
I am a synthetic. Robot is a
Slur.
term in Russian which means slave.
It's derived from the Czech word robot, which is work, to work, all of that. So all they do is just built to just work, nothing else.
So, if you don't wish to reveal yourselves, you can come see me at any other time. I will keep it under wraps as best I can.
If you are, however, synthetic life and you are suffering an injury, I can also repair you.
Your androids pee.
What the fuck?
The short answer, Romero, yes. Yes, they can.
We do have to get rid of our waste.
It's like Hana looks. It's like, why? Do you require a demonstration?
Whoa.
Can we please not get into this right now? So
Not with the child involved.
he's in his own.
Oh,
Is
good.
he a robot?
Are you a robot?
Romero,
Well,
I'm just gonna say this once. Do not go there.
Romero, I think you best not to go ahead and push Madeline's buttons. She can heal you just as much as kill you.
Yeah, actually, Hana will go up to Romero. Please understand that I've been instructed to protect Matthew, and that would include killing you if necessary to protect him.
okay, well, I'm gonna go and see if I'm a robot or not. You guys can talk.
How would you go about finding out if you are an android or not?
I don't know, put myself in a stick or something.
A simple way would be just to cut your hand and see if you bleed white, but let's not get into that. Let's talk about our next mission, and we can deal with that one later. I just wanted
Miss
to
Drake,
voice
I
them
do
out.
not believe he is a robot. I believe he is simply an idiot.
I'm a very pretty lady, thank you.
Drake's just gonna be like the thought of, I haven't got time for this. I'm not getting into that. Our next mission, and she's going to share it. Now I've got to go ahead and grab it. Damn it. Copy. Everyone gets a copy. Because I'm a generous person. You get one? Where's Isaac? Isaac. Oh, screw this. I'll just go through the list. There. And you get a copy. And you get a copy. Everyone gets a copy.
Oh, the prettiest city. Okay.
That's called ditzy.
No, that's called Legally Blonde.
She has
Oh
black
no,
hair.
that's when Romero becomes a lawyer.
Oh. Thank you. Yes. I would be scared and be running for the hills and saying, I commit
First thing you
suicidal.
realize when you have Romero's lawyer is she just lets you know is trying my best, but I couldn't get the death penalty off the table.
Legally blonde, she won the case.
Yeah, you'll win the
Very
case, but
clear.
everyone's gonna be like, "Oh no!"
Mhm. It looks
You
like
just be like, you get the card, like, but this card says you'll do it like this, and then you're like, "Oh no!" You change it like Lionel Hutz.
It's like
looks
it's like, no, you want to. It's like, no, period. You question mark. Want to question mark.
Work on contingency? No, money down.
So is there anything? Is that like the conclusion of this scene, or do you guys still have more to discuss?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Where's
the
our
end of it.
pay?
40,000.
that's just completing the mission. That's not including travel.
Yeah, because you do get your
We get paid
salaries
up
for time.
front.
Yes. And oh, that reminds me, I've got to go ahead and do something for us.
We get paid up front in case the alien decides to latch onto our faces.
This is for what was the travel time for the last trip? I think that was 12 weeks, wasn't it?
Let me check because it has been a while. Let me see mission.
Yeah. I have got something written down, but I just want to confirm that's what I've got.
Yeah, well, just give me a second. I need to go through my notes. So
Mm.
let's see, mission 7.
Or, you know, in case we get stabbed, eaten, or acid.
Yeah, the total trip for the time it stays would be 10 weeks
Okay.
because it's 3 to
Or
go from
Android
anchor
kills
point.
us in our sleep.
Anchor point, like 3 from anchor point to Theseus, 4 from Theseus to Vesalius, and 3 from Vesalius to anchor point.
Okay, so that's 10.
Yeah, you get 10. You guys get 10 weeks of pay.
Alrighty. And okay. Now, hopefully that's going to come through correct. Okay, so the last figure at the end of each line, as such, is your pay.
So, while everybody's jotting down the pay, is there anything anybody else wants to do at anchor point?
I'm just trying to see what the amount is owing from the last mission.
How much you would have
Well,
earned?
yep.
The mission. Okay, that's mission 7. So,
I'm just trying to go through my notes.
And
Yeah.
10 weeks.
Alrighty. 1 second. Okay. Okay, and everyone gets an additional 17,500. Because our mission was 70,000.
Sweet.
so you guys are paid. So, what's everybody's next move?
Well, I'm informed of the mission. I'm informed that we're carefully being watched now, so it's a matter of everyone saying, "All right, let's jump back on the ship and do the next mission."
Okay. Well, I was just wondering if you wanted to go to any bars or anything like that.
Actually, Hana will go visit the woman in the office.
Do you knock first?
Of course.
Okay, so
I,
she
I thought you just barged through the door.
busts through the wall like Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she just walks through it.
Yeah. No, she's just
Oh,
walking
God.
in a straight line and the metal's getting warped, and then she just busts through. But so she, the door, you page the door, and, Agent Bragg, has the button open the door, sees you coming. Hana, is it?
Yes, that's my designation on a 72.
What can I do for you?
I want you to understand something. Any illegal activities against my owner will be met with enforcement of actual law. If you should break the law will no longer be protecting you.
She looks very visibly annoyed by that, and she's saying, "Oh, is that so? What law are you speaking of?"
Blackmail is a crime.
And she mentions like, no, there is no blackmail going on here. And I would highly recommend that you take care of your tone.
Yeah, Hana at that point, let's see, use manipulation, the strength-based one they're threatening.
Menacing.
So that's wait, let me double check if it's actually going through or not. No, but I'll because I have the 8 strength added with it, so that would be 6 more.
That takes it to a total of 10. You'd be doing. Nope, just the one.
Wait, did I roll that right?
Yeah, 6 dB. It rolled right. I mean, you didn't get any successes, but
It's gonna be just, yeah, 1 success on them.
Yeah.
Just blow her away.
And she is the defender because you're trying to be aggressive. And yeah, you've met your match because she's like, listen, you have no authority over me or this situation. I would highly advise you to mind your place.
Understand something. My protocols are to my owner, not to Weyland Yutani. Above all things. If you do cross the line, there will be consequences on your end.
There will be consequences on yours.
Then we have an understanding. Neither of us should cross the line in relation to this.
And she just, I was like, oh yes indeed, but mind your place, synth.
You are not something or someone that is allowed to order me around. Only Miss Drake is allowed to do that.
Yes,
I
and
suggest
I
you remember
order Miss Drake.
the company orders Miss Drake.
And I represent the company.
And so does Miss Drake.
Yes, but as I'm sure you know, there is a hierarchy in the company. And she does a gesture with her hands like, Miss Drake is here. I am here. And then she does a hand thing below Miss Drake, and you are here.
Shit.
I see. Are you sexually frustrated by chance? I could assist
Oh,
you with
shit.
This is the point. She gets buzzard and security escorts you out.
Yeah, exactly. She fucking like is just appalled to the point where she just like,
Good
gets
day.
yeah, she like she would still oh my god. Like, you know, like as you're walking out, you do hear her talking to somebody on like a communication.
It's Drake. She's definitely messaging and talking to Drake saying, how dare you!
Yeah, she's going to actually. I wasn't going to, but good idea. She
Oh,
like she
shit.
basically meant calls she just sends Drake a text, telling her to keep Hana in check because Hana marched into her office and was proceeding to act completely disrespectful.
That's going on my permanent record. There goes that raise. Fine.
Holy shit!
She'll turn and say, she'll turn and say, okay, yes, I will attempt. And she'll say the word attempt, and then she'll scratch that out. I will keep her in line.
And you get a response like, "Good, do that." So, and then she signs off. Holy shit, that was crazy.
My God, Isaac, you are wow.
Oh man, that was hilarious. So everybody makes their way back to the Hyperion, I take it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, network a
Yep.
bit at the restaurant, bar, talk with some people, have some red wine,
Yeah.
then go back in.
Yeah, it's like you also drag McCoy back to the ship because he's like out
Of
cold.
course, I'll just, I just don't even talk because it's a sort of a guy thing where you just network by just not speaking, but just hanging out. So I'll just grab him and be like, okay, we need to get back.
Drake will look at Madeline and go, do you want me to go ahead and help you take him back, or you want
I'm
me
fine, don't worry.
to... Okay. Well, if you need someone to lift him, we'll get Hana to do it. And Hana, we're gonna have a word later.
I see.
Alright, so you make your way
Hello.
to the transfer gate. I'll just use Laro's token to mark which one it is, and then you would have. Let me just go to Hyperion crew. I'll just drag the new guys' tokens. Recycled artwork as usual. So yeah, you see two guys there. One of them is like pretty like long-haired, bushy mustache, and the other one is this handsome-looking guy with like combed hair and stubble. Both are waiting for you, sort of like at attention. And do you say anything to them?
Ah, the replacements of Cat. Welcome aboard.
So the first guy introduces himself. I'm Thomas Reisinger. It is an honor to be part of your crew. And then the other guy's like, I'm Lionel Denham.
Welcome. Madeline, do you wish to please do a full check of our new crew members to make sure they're fighting fit for the journey?
Sure. Do you also want me to ensure their void comp passing and all that?
Just want to go ahead and make sure that everyone is in good form.
Check for robo parts.
Sierra, I'm guessing subtlety was never something you learnt growing up.
I see.
Oh, what's that?
Are you going to require us to
Oh.
strip down?
And the two new
There's no
guys,
strip.
they like look at each other when they hear Hana mention that.
Just follow me, you two.
So what I will
If there was
ask
any...
is, so we are basically at the 2-hour mark. Do you guys want to start the next mission, or do you want to just leave it at this?
I think we can go on. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I can spare another hour or two if need
Okay.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it. So, you guys, everybody boards the Hyperion. So I'm just going to switch back to B deck and.
Buy a tape recorder.
Okay. So yeah, you can go to the shop, buy a tape recorder from the guy who runs the Space Walmart, and let's see. So just scrolling down, and then yeah. So you are all on board the Hyperion. Is there any sort of prep work or any sort of stuff you would do during this time?
Can I roll for a skill?
Uh, yeah, I would say it's enough time has passed where you could roll for a talent.
Okay. Oh,
Good. I just do a medical aid. I'm not really going to go into depth to check their Android or not. I'm just doing all the bureaucratic medical history and upload the logs, all of that.
Like, are you doing like blood tests and stuff?
yeah.
I am just going to go and not.
How the hell is this guy in damage?
I am not doing no of those blood tests or whatever unless they have like some sort of communicable disease and just need to make sure they're fine. We also
Yeah.
need to clear out all the dead bodies at B deck.
Well, I mean, all the dead bodies on B deck, I would say, yeah, I'll just delete those because you would have gotten rid of those. So I'll just delete.
And also Andrew here.
What? Oh, Clement's here? Yeah, I'll get
Yeah.
rid of him.
Okay, cool.
So,
And then during all of this, I'll just start doing casual conversation with them, trying to get to know them better.
well, that's good. So let's see.
Drake will be in her usual spot.
Because as I said, you can, if you want, like turn off the the voice in the like the audio for the corporate suite.
And
Yeah, I
she'll
can
turn off the camera
assist
in
with
there as
that.
well.
Well, no, you don't have to roll anything. You can just basically like Drake has executive access, so she can pretty much just like swipe her card and then like get onto her computer and turn it off.
All right.
Alright, can I get a tough talent?
Yeah, one of
Uh,
us can
yeah.
be-
Anna can teach you that.
yeah. So
Oh,
if
okay.
yeah, if you have if you have five XP, then just subtract it, and we'll say that somebody like now it would take 6 hours to actually like learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's like first things first. Just learn to take a punch. Then she hits
plus
you like in the shoulder. It's like ah.
Ow!
and then it gets really serious when she just keeps punching you, and everyone just like one of them just starts vomiting in their mouth a little as they just hear all the bones cracking and all.
Jesus Christ.
Medic!
So Hana, you go to Drake's office.
Yeah.
Okay, I will move your token into the corporate suite. Um, and so we'll focus on you two first. So what do you say?
Okay. Anna, can I ask you a question?
I'm sorry. What was that? It was low voice.
Sorry, I just said, Hannah, can I ask you a question?
Always, Miss Drake.
Is it your mission in life not only to follow my orders, but also to shit in my breakfast?
You realize that can be weaponized as another like misinterpretation.
Is this
Oh no.
some sort of strange request? I imagine it isn't, given my previous failures in that regard. I take it
Okay.
this involves the other corporate member.
Oh, you your sweet little bippies on that one. She had messaged me straight after your little interaction with her, and you were accusing her of blackmail?
She is engaging in that particular activity, is she not, against you?
Okay. Let me ask you this question, Hannah. Have you ever heard of the phrase, discretion is the best part of valor?
Given my functions and previous interactions with most people, being subtle hasn't necessarily been considered an important aspect of my functions.
I think you might need to learn the meaning of subtlety, discretion, and knowing when to mention the right things at the right time. Because right now that might have raised questions. But for
Am
now,
I
we'll.
supposed to just let people threaten you then?
Right now, as I've mentioned before, I'm just as much as indisposable as the next person. So if I go, they will get rid of you just as quickly.
What happens to me is irrelevant. I care about what happens to you. Or at least as
Well,
far as a being of myself
Mhm.
can.
Well, to ensure my safety, we need to be discreet, which means we don't ask unnecessary questions. So for now, with in relation to Bragg, it would probably be best if you avoid interacting with her just in case she wants to remove a few of your circuitries and who knows what else just to make a point with you.
If there is anything that may really undermine my ability to protect you, that will be considered a threat upon you and will be responded in kind.
No, I totally get that. But for now, learn and understand what subtlety is required. If we need to go ahead and be non-subtle, then you'll know the right moment.
Then, given my confusion in this case, I will endeavor to be more passive. Do inform me, though, when it is necessary for me to be more aggressive. Though I do warn you, this will make protecting you even more difficult than it already is.
Would it
I
be
understand
easier?
I understand that you do not necessarily hold much height upon your existence, but to me, it is the primary reason for mine.
Then what I will do is, anytime we need to go into discretion mode or not discretion mode, if we need to go discretion mode, do as you normally would, where it's be independent, make sure the crew is taken care of, and maintaining the ship. If we need to go non-discretion, I'll drop the keyword of guard dog. And that's where you'll need to be protective to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Alright. We've got a long trip ahead of us. We've got to get to get to planet Thea.
The planet is not Thea. The ship is Thea.
Oh, Thea. I
The
thought it was a
planet is
planet. My bad.
LV-416.
Oh, I got the two mixed up. My bad. Yes, we got to get to LV-416. So, let's get the ship ready for FTL.
So in the meantime, while y'all are doing that, so Madeline, what are you and Matthew up to?
Well, I brought the two guys. I'm going over them. I'm asking medical histories one by one in private, all of that, trying to get to know them better.
So, Drake, would you have given Madeline your notes on them because they would have like medical history stuff, like medical evaluation.
Probably just before Hannah would have entered the room, as Drake got in there, she would have sent off the dossiers of both of them to Madeline.
All right, duly noted. So yeah, you do that, and then they just sort of talk a little bit about themselves. Like for example, Reisinger is like, well, I was originally stationed at a correctional facility in Germany before my contract was picked up by Weyland Yutani. I was originally doing security work elsewhere, but I was transferred here. So to be transferred to such a prestigious ship is quite honorable.
Quite interesting, especially because of Germany's disposition toward Weyland Yutani. How was that possible?
Yeah, and he goes into it, it's like, well, Weyland Yutani, I mean, they're always want to, always wanted to make a buck, it seems. They set up correctional facilities in Germany, and I found myself taking up work there.
I take it you were deemed ideologically safe by them.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it.
So never read Lenin.
None. Or, oh no, well no, never read it. No, he would say, it's like, can't say I have.
Okay. Just need to make sure everything's good. Physical, yearly physical. We can do this on the ship if you wish, or you can, when we dock an anchor point, you can go to a private medical facility and get that going. It's up to you.
Yeah, so I mean, they're both pretty willing to do whatever because they're like they have this attitude like, well, I mean, you're the medic, so you're that's your
Yeah,
decision.
basically, it's the sort of like thing I'm going to be asking. That's very doctor-esque. So each of them is going to be like, okay, have you been checking yourself in the shower? Are you sexually active, etc.
So, but yeah, they
Is
would.
there anything you would like the doctor to know? And of course, this is all to be with them in private.
Yeah. They don't really have any sort of distinguishing, concerns. Like anything that would be medically notable.
Nice. Okay, good. And as I will say again, we're going to round up everything. You seem to all have a good fit of health, but is there anything that you wish to ask of me? Is there such as like headaches, migraines, backaches, anything?
Yeah, and then Lionel's like, I got nothing. So, and then Reisinger just sort of nods.
Well then, and then she just says in like a very bad French accent, "Sehr good," which is very good in German.
So while, because I'm picking up that's the sort of natural conclusion. So Sierra, what are you up to?
Well, Sarah will get everything right, then she'll request to speak to Madeline when she's done. She's free.
So you're going to see Madeline?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will move your token down to the medbay. So if Madeline dismisses the two security officers, they depart as Sierra comes in.
Welcome, Sierra. What can I do for you?
Yes, man. I just wanted to apologize for my behavior earlier. A lot of things was getting to me, and I've just been stressing out. That doesn't excuse my actions.
Now, Matthew, you know what to say. Now, for your Romero, I would say is, do you wish to be prescribed some anti-anxiety medications that should calm the nerves?
Oh, no, I should be fine.
Are you sure?
I think so, as long as no other androids or monsters show up.
Considering our line of work and considering we're going to a ship that we lost contact with, I can't guarantee on either of those things.
But I do have a chocolate bar for somebody who wants it.
You can see as the kid is like looking at the mother for like permission, and she'll just like nod, and be like, "Okay,
Want some
what do you
candy, little
say to the
boy?
nice lady?" And Matthew will say, "Thank you," as he takes it.
You're welcome. Andrews eat.
They can to.
Yes, they can eat. They also there's been noted that they can also dream. All of that. There's some models that have been known to just create origami animals. It seems to be is that it is similar to say the mythologies behind golems. Are you familiar with that, Romero?
No.
These are basically clay constructs in Jewish folklore, built for single purposes. All of that. Some theorize that when these certain models do that, it is because it is like those stories of golems making their own because they feel lonely. So there's been cases of them feeling alone.
Oh. All I know is that Android test number 4 is a failure. Back to the drawing board.
Well, with the way things are and how more advanced they become, it becomes really difficult unless you basically cut open a person. And what happens if you cut open an actual human being and not an android? I think you get thrown in prison, right?
I think they die.
Yeah, people tend to do when they have all their organs exposed.
Yeah.
Are you
Well,
concerned about in case there's any other androids on board?
well, the person I trust the most on the ship turned out to be a Android, so I'm waiting for more surprises that come on this job. Next mission we got going on.
well, we're going over to ruins and a missing ship, so there's probably going to be different kinds of surprises.
Yeah, at least it'll be an adventure. A stressful, tiresome adventure.
Yeah, well, look at the bright side. At least as the pilot, you can just stay in the safety of the cockpit. Plus, you're the kind that wants to go splunking into caves, right? Is that your disposition?
Whatever the job tells me to do, I'll do it.
Alrighty. I think if you really wish, I could recommend you just stay on the ship. It'd probably be best for your health, mentally
fine.
and physically.
I'll take your advice.
All right. I will let Miss Drake know when all of this is done. If there's nothing else, I guess you're free to go.
You check if I'm a robot.
How would you like to do this?
Give me a blood drawn or something.
There are ways for that to be spoofed.
I don't care anymore.
See? Alrighty. There are ways for the blood to be spoofed. There's going to be other subtle things that can be done for that. Do you really wish to submit yourself to that?
Would I fake my own blood?
There have been instances of people not aware that they are an android until it is revealed to them.
I don't care anymore. I'm out.
So you just leave?
Yeah, I just leave.
Because she was going to make you go through the void, a sort of psychological test, all of that. Be like, well, androids are unable to process emotional responses. This is how we'll do it. But due to the fact you're a class clown, I doubt it.
On the contrary, I do believe he's too stupid to be a synth.
She.
Oh wow.
He's too stupid. I'm sorry, I keep getting confused about the character. I'm genuinely sorry about that.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Last time a player like misgendered another player, he sacrificed himself as penance.
Youch.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, no, that's funny. Yeah, no, that's great.
Okay. But so, I'm on the understanding that also Sierra is going to be doing like you guys are going to do. It'll be like 6 hours before departure because training for tough.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
so,
like, okay, please stand still. Now, you need to learn to take a punch.
get slugged in the
Okay.
face.
It's not gonna hurt, is it?
6 hours
will
of
hurt.
Indiana Jones punch sound effects later.
My ovaries.
I don't think I'm a robot.
Don't worry, female anatomy is very tough in comparison to the necessary requirements for childbirth, and
don't
also
think I'm a
because
robot
of
at
the history of
all.
domestic abuse.
What the fuck?
Do robots feel this much pain?
No.
Okay.
But yes, after that, Hana will, check over you to make sure you're fine. It's like, very good. No permanent damage has been done. I would suggest an ice pack along with icy
Hello
hot
Kitty
after,
Band-Aid.
and then another ice pack.
Just leave me here.
It's like,
Holy shit.
you're still alive. Please avoid acting as if you are dead.
I'm dead on the inside.
No, that's just McCoy you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Oh lord. Okay, so
It's like, on the contrary, you're not McCoy.
You have a soul.
Oh, thank you. Now that I know not robot.
Okay, so so the training, I'm assuming the medical exam would probably take about that amount of time, so the ship gets underway. And I just need to check through my notes as we're going. Okay, so uh let's see. So you come through like you go through hyperspace and then you finally make it to the like outer like the same system as LV-416. Uh oh my god. um the planet is very like you can see it's sort of got like a brownish gray coloration to it. And as you like fly in closer, you can actually see that like it's the surface sort of moves because it's actually storm clouds. Uh, and now with coming in for a landing on a new planet, that is a piloting role. It's going to take a shift. Well, probably not a shift, but it'll take some time to bring the Hyperion to ground. The atmosphere appears to be is very dense, so like visibility is pretty crappy, and like the whatchamacallit, uh, the it's pretty turbulent. So I'm going to need a piloting roll from Sierra, and this will be at a -1 mod. But don't forget to add up the bonus from like the back of your hand.
Okay.
I think the total roll should be 10, correct?
Yeah, the total roll should be 10, but it'll be 9 because it's -1 uh, from the rough weather. There you go. So, Sierra, the weather, you bring the Hyperion for a smooth landing. The dense atmosphere makes things tough, but you're tougher. Quite literally, I might add.
Yeah.
It's like, that can't be any worse than getting beaten by... um,
Not in a
so,
good way.
the ship punches through the dense, you go through the dense clouds. The surface of the planet is very mountainous and like barren. It has like an LV-223 sort of quality to it.
Oh yeah.
So, and I mean, it's not LV-223, but um, it's similar in appearance, but it's just like darker and cloudier. A question for
Awesome.
Sierra: are you bringing the ship on the Thea's beacon?
Is
Is
it a
that
building or is it just
well? The Thea is a ship just like yours.
oh the ship?
Yeah, so like it has its transponder. You can like use that to navigate if you want. I don't know how close you're going to land to it.
Do we have any land vehicles on the ship?
Well, the ship itself can land. Uh,
Yeah.
the Hyperion can land, and you do have land vehicles. I forgot to mention. I think I actually mentioned it in text that those APCs from Prometheus, you would have actually gotten one of those, and then you still have those rovers, and you still have a car.
Okay. I'll land like a decent distance away, so it won't be like your ship. Something happens.
uh, Courage of the Cowardly Sierra. Okay, anyway, so the Hyperion touches down. Ship kind of bumps a little bit as it, like the landing gear makes contact, the hydraulics, and all that other happy shit. Okay, so what's everybody's course of action?
Shower, brush teeth, get suited up.
Well, no, and I would say that though you would have taken care of all that stuff in advance, actually. Um, like,
Mm-hmm.
like just for the sake of time and streamlining things, like I would have said, like when you come out of hyperspace, you would have already handled that shit. So
Yeah,
just
I'm
like,
getting suited up for the adventure, so it's like
right,
okay.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Suit up, make everyone coffee.
Yes, I'm gonna grab the folding winch and a rope.
So what I'm
Drake
gonna
would have
do,
grabbed her suit and
Yeah.
she would have got herself buckled in.
I would also mention that you would have also, you would have all your weapons again because you would have collected it from the security checkpoint on your way out. So everybody does have their stuff still.
Okay.
So I'm gonna actually this is reuse of an older map just for the sake of like seeing things, uh, like visual. So let me see. Uh, so
Okay.
just
So
wait
did
for.
the Thea land on the planet and to check ruins, or?
Well, so your first objective would like you're trying to find the Thea, and you
Yeah.
have.
Okay.
So the Hyperion is here, or like here, and then the other ship is here. Um, so your first, like you're currently inside the ship right now. Uh, out out the window, you can see that it's for the most part it's shrouded in darkness due to the density of LV-416's clouds. But the Thea is pretty visible because the front spotlights are still on, and like the hangar bay ramp is deployed.
All right,
This is
everyone.
ominous at all.
All right. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a thorough search of the ship. We're going to find out what exactly happened to the Thea, and we're going to make sure we have everything documented correctly as per the parameters. Understood?
Understood.
Does anybody know how to drive?
I assume since you know how to fly, you can drive, Romero.
Oh, okay then.
Onward.
And ever onward.
So,
I guess I'll get the APC starts driving.
are you going to? I'm assuming. Are you going out on your suits?
Yep.
Oh, there's no
I'm,
air.
al-
Well,
I'm already suited up.
I'm just. Well, you haven't like.
Sure. Additional airfare right, given she doesn't need to breathe.
Yeah.
I guess at this point, Miss Drake doesn't need to worry about oxygen as well officially.
Yep.
But she's
True.
thinking about the protection.
Yeah, because I will say though with your sensors and stuff, because nobody really specified, and I'll be nice. The atmosphere of the planet is actually categorized as breathable, despite the apparent lack of foliage. You don't need to wear helmets and air supplies, but if you do keep your helmets on, you'll have to roll air supply every so often.
Yep.
How dark is it?
I would say it's pretty like you could probably see out to about like 15 feet in front of you,
That's
something
not
like
good.
that. But you can actually see the spotlights of the Thea like in the not so distant distance.
Okay.
So and the map isn't exactly to scale, so just kind of ride with me here. But
Yeah.
so yeah, you can either walk over to um the Thea, or you can drive over in either the APC, the car, or the ATVs.
Well, we got an APC. Let's break it in.
Yep.
So
I'm
which
bringing my flashlight.
So which crew members are you? I'm assuming like how many people the security detail? Because you've got
Let's
three
break in the
guys.
two New York. Let's break in the two new ones.
Okay, are you going to leave Kowalski at the ship?
Yeah, someone's got to look after it, and he
All right.
knows it very well.
Okay. So so you
McCoy, I request that you remain sober during the remainder of this mission.
All right, that's going to be a close combat check from McCoy.
yeah, McCoy like he's just like slumped against the wall. He gives you the finger and he just drops. um,
Boy, this is not very thing. Miss Drake, I'm not sure if Edward McCoy is being subtle.
Have you
How's he
ever
still
known?
drunk?
Have you ever known for McCoy to be subtle?
Good point.
Holy shit.
Subtlety is not what McCoy is all about.
I am going to put him in his seat and then give him a barf bag, letting him know his.
Drake, who among the crew would you suggest I study for the purposes of emulating such behavior?
Madeline. Learn off Madeline. Madeline knows discretion. She's a doctor.
I
As
see.
also probably the only sane person in the crew.
Yeah. I
So
see. Madeline. If
Oh,
you could
yeah.
help instruct me in the nature of subtlety, so I may better implement it for the purposes of serving the crew.
All right. Go into observation mode. Anything that is curious to you, you can ask a question. But for now, just observe.
Yes, miss.
All right. So I'm gonna make sure McCoy sobers up, so in case he comes in next time, he'll be fine. He doesn't have to deal with like negative rolls.
Yeah. So are you saying
So
you're
he'll
doing a
be
medical
on
aid
the
on him?
car, and we'll leave him in the car as we head over to the ship.
Okay. So he's in the APC, or like the RTV or whatever the hell they call it in Prometheus. So you drive over to the. So also, are you going to be taking any of the non-combatant crew members or just the 2 security officers?
Right now, we just need to know if the Thea is safe to be on board. So take the security, and then we'll bring everyone else over after.
So I will just drag these 2 new guys on the map just to, represent that they are with us. Okay, so there they are. So you drive over to the Thea over here.
Mm-hmm.
As stated, like the lights are on, the hangar ramp is down, so you pretty much have full access to the ship. The USCSS Thea towers over you as you approach her. As I stated, the hangar ramp has been deployed, and you can actually see tread marks from 3 separate NR9s trailing off, elsewhere.
Okay. Well, at least we know there's tire tracks. We can follow them later. Let's just secure the ship, find out what they were doing, and then we'll follow them after.
Look for. Should we try to secure Mother and get a log, or what?
Yeah, I'll interact with Mother. I'll see if I can go ahead and talk to her.
Good luck.
As the old saying would go, don't fuck it up.
Yeah,
I'll
keep in
check the
mind though.
captain's log.
Yeah, you can check the captain's log. So as you're making your way to the so as you make your way onto the ship, it's quite clear that the ship is completely devoid of activity. It's just completely silent and still.
Does it work?
Yeah, well, yeah, all the lights and stuff like are still on,
Oh, wow.
but like there are no signs of a struggle. There are no signs of like blood or bullet holes or like creature leavings, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So it's just like basically the ship is completely empty.
Alright.
Maybe they left for a party.
So
And they decided not to go and contact the company for over a month?
Would you
And
if you want a
as you
party?
get that going, I'll head over to medical Drake and check to see if the shipboard doctor left anything.
Yeah, I'll go to the captain's quarters and then go to Mother.
So, all right. So if you go to the, so I take it then if Sierra said she's going and Drake is going, so you both basically tag along together to go to the captain's, are you going to the captain's quarters or the bridge?
Yeah.
Well, wherever
Go
he's
with
got his
bridge.
first. So Drake will be going to where the captain's been doing his captain's logs.
Okay, so that would be his quarters.
Oh.
Yep.
And you open it up, and I will reveal there are logs that I actually took the time to write. So how do I?
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
with Drake then.
Anna will pull out a data disk and make copies of
All right,
everything.
did that pop up on screen, guys?
Yes,
Yeah.
it did.
Let's get ready, like a minute or two to read over that.
Great.
I'm scared now.
Yeah, give yourself a stress then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm reading the first entry, and that's enough to turn and say that makes my stress levels. I can't
Quick
even.
question:
I
is
can't.
it American or European dating?
What now? What was the question?
American or European? Because Europeans switch to days and months. So I'm like, wow, he only makes a log each month.
No. That's not what actually has made me go, oh crap. It's the fact that the first two sentences is we've touched down on LV416. Took a long ass time to get down here, but we made it. We've touched down about half a mile away from the coordinates of some ruins. The ruins believed to be made by the same race of creatures discovered by the Hyperion and her crew.
There it is.
That was enough to make me go, ah, shit.
I believe it would be pertinent to. I believe it'd be pertinent to go to the ruins.
Let's first go ahead and at least get all the information we need and make sure that everything is okay on the ship before we actually bring the crew back. Because otherwise, if this ship's not safe, then basically we're gonna have to try to haul ass with everyone else on our ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you head into the medical room, but I suggest you get to Mother and have it do a scan
Yeah.
about people on board, and then we'll get that going.
Yep.
See if you can get their PDTs up or information so we can look them up on the PDAT.
Yeah, and I believe I do have a PDAT on me, so I can do that easily. Alright, I'll head to Mother straight after reading these logs.
I'll head to the bridge to check the whatever's there.
So,
See if it's manual or automatic.
so I'll close out that. In the meantime, so Madeline goes to to medical. You're in the med bay, and as you enter in, there's nobody. Like you see some some tools and stuff that were left out, like random like medical stuff, but there's no indication of like people being here, like nobody being treated. There's no like blood or dead bodies or anything like that. The med pods are empty. So it's
Cool.
yeah, it's barren.
No notes.
None.
It's quite possible then that they set up camp at whatever ruins they went to.
And then we just get a confirmation from Mother, and then we'll see what our next step is.
Yeah.
So now with this Mother, Drake, you would have to make a contact roll because the thing is, you're the ranking officer of the Hyperion, so and the corporate officer, so you have unrestricted access to the Hyperion's computer. This is somebody else's ship.
Would
so
I
that,
have any authorizations for this one?
No,
no.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'll assist Miss Drake then.
I thought you were observing Madeline.
No, I don't think he said that.
No, I said
Oh.
I was going to bridge Mother with you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
I
following
asked
Madeline.
earlier who should I like basically look as an example. That's
Yeah.
what.
Oh, right. Okay. My bad. I was listening out of what Rumba said. Alright, so if you're assisting, that will be a +1.
And
And
Comtech tools can help with this.
I already
but
added.
okay. But yeah, I would obviously say that you cannot stack tools.
Would the PDAT doesn't have its
No, the PDAT's basically just an iPad.
yeah, exactly. So hopefully whatever the roll gives me is hopefully a good roll.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. Okay, so first thing I'm going to be doing is obviously getting into the system. Don't care about covering my tracks because basically, we're trying to go ahead and find out what the hell has actually happened to the crew. So, locate their PDTs and get every bit of information that is in pertaining to their mission.
Okay, so for the first success you successfully hacked Mother. For the other two, so the first one you said was to track the PDTs.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do get PDT readings that would actually you can also check on the holo tab in the bridge. The PDTs are still active, very far away, but they are active, but they are not moving.
All right. She'll transfer that data over to her PDAT that she has on her as well. But she'll go to the bridge after getting that information to have a good observation of where they're located and how far apart they are from each other. And she'll inform Madeline. Got their signal. They are showing up on the. They should be on the holo tab on the bridge.
Then I guess we'll go ahead, check that out, and then head over to the ruins.
You're checking the holotab, you said? I was focused on something else for a sec.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna go straight to the holo table to meet Madeline there.
Okay, so you guys are converging on the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you go to the holotab, and
Is there any way I can manipulate the information of where they're located to see, like, if there's any height or depth or how close together they are?
well,
Yeah,
I
where
mean,
they're PDATs.
yeah. Now I will say, like I said before, when Captain Kendrick in his logs, um, they they mapped out the interior, like the majority of the interior of the ruins, like not the entirety of the ruins, but they did some mapping,
Mm-hmm.
and once they did that, they went ahead and like started. They sent out their security team to go scout out the place. So
Okay.
you can actually up.
Um,
Sorry, what? Dax, you were saying something?
what I was, yeah, the idea I had in my head was, um, with the signals of where they're coming from, is there any way to manipulate to be able to try to shift the image to be able to see if they're below the surface, how close together they are, or if they're clustered together, that kind of thing. But also at the same time, does the ship still have its pups, or are they still out doing routine scans still?
The pups are not currently on the ship.
Ah, where are they at the moment?
I
If I
would
can locate.
suggest as we get our PDATs, I pull out mine. We get since you have access to Mother, to transfer the pup data to us in case it's still
Mm,
going, and we find them on the ruins so that in case we have to use them, we can get them updated.
okay.
Yeah, because if you check the holotab, it would contain, like, if you remember in Prometheus when they found, like, they were checking out the ruins and then they found the Juggernaut, like the engineer ship.
Mm,
So that's basically what it is, like that holotab. I think that's actually what they call it in the book. So that's what I wrote down anyway. Holotab, yeah. Um, is they have all the data on that, so you could actually download the data to your devices and then be able to check that.
Yeah,
yep.
we'll do
Sure.
so.
So let me just check something.
Check the weather.
Yeah. I guess it's time for us to hop on the APC because there's we secured everything, so we can get the non-technical, non-security crew on board and then head over to the ruins.
The non-security crew, as like, are you just taking the two new guys, or
Yeah.
Yeah, we're taking the two security guys with us to check out the ruins because they
Uh,
haven't
red
responded.
shirt. I mean, guys in shirts.
Are there any storms approaching?
um? So, well, in terms of if there are storms, no, it's pretty much just like always storm. There's no indication right now of any sort of like major incoming storms. So, if you're going to the ruins, I will move the scene. So activate the scene. So y'all
Yep.
should see the see yourselves here once it fucking loads, because it's a larger map than the
Yeah.
previous one.
Mm-hmm. 4 hours later.
Yeah.
You need to play the Monty Python intermission music.
Do 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 do.
I don't know why it's taking so fucking long to load. I just activated it like so. Is it still? Is there like a loading bar for everybody? Okay, so
And then we're
Ramba.
done.
Okay, Ramba's in. Um.
It's at
I'm waiting on my
50%
end.
for me.
Me too.
Okay. I think it's probably because this map
Yeah.
has like a lot of like walls and stuff like that. It's a little more like in depth than the other ones I've made.
100%.
I'm at 50.
Okay.
Oh, all else fails and you're taking forever. Hit F5, Control F5. That clears cache.
So yeah, everybody's here. Just need to wait for Dax to connect, which is all good.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
I'm
while we're
just
doing
waiting.
that,
It's
as
still
a
at
quick
50.
concern. So Ramba and Isaac, I take it, with the Cyberpunk game over, like you're not and have any
Oh,
like
we're done.
Okay, you don't have any cut off at a certain time.
Nope.
Okay.
We're done. I need to write the epilogue. They suffice to say, the United States and Japan are like doing a pissing match against each other now. Then again, they always do that. And if they ever realized, they could join together and conquer the world, they would have done that.
Yeah, if only.
That's not gonna happen because of freaking old man Arasaka.
Yeah, and also the fact is both sides are kind of idiots about it.
Yeah.
Alright. So everybody is here. So let me just go down. So so let's see. So you're now at like you make it to the to this like this opening that kind of looks like a cave, but you see this fucking weird statue here.
It's a demon. Look, it's got horns.
I don't know what the hell it's supposed to be. I just fucking it was an asset in
That
Dungeon
looks like one of those dogs from Ghostbusters, actually.
It's okay. My girlfriend's a dog.
No biggie.
Great.
I did like that was like one of the few good things about Ghostbusters 2 was Louis Tully admitting, well, then I turned into a dog and then they saved me.
Like, thanks, Lewis. That was noble but pointless.
All right. So and you said you took McCoy.
McCoy's in the car. He's
Okay.
getting the horn.
Okay, so he'll just wait in the car then.
Yeah, because we don't want him to like come back and be like, yeah, your character died.
Yeah, that would suck.
Please remain sober.
That's his only response. Which I call it a hunch, but I feel like that's something McCoy would probably say. Okay, so you all start moving into the ruins.
Yeah, I get the flashlight out.
Okay.
Let me just do the thing because you did say.
What thing?
Air supply.
Oh, right, yeah.
Air
Because
supply.
by this point, anybody who's wearing a suit would need to roll air.
I would assume
I'm-
if we were in the APC that we wouldn't have to do it until now.
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
me get up.
yeah. That's true.
I'm wearing the suit, but I'm not. I haven't got the helmet on.
Okay, then you don't need to wear. You don't need to wear. Like you don't need to roll your air.
Yeah. By the way, in advance, I do have quick draw now, so if I say I attack with this category, just remember I don't have actions to switch weapons now.
Okay.
No, that's good.
You get 3 air.
Always remind because you're in charge of your talents, not the GM.
Yeah.
To remember all of that.
Exactly.
So yes. Well then, that just means I get 2 extra tanks. One from you and one from Hammond.
You're good.
We'll just link up air in case I run out. That's good. And you're coming with us, Sierra, or you want to stay in the car? Because you'll probably live a lot longer if you stay in the car.
I'll go. I want to be helpful.
Okay. Then let's not leave McCoy alone. We'll leave Lionel behind, and we'll take Ratzinger.
Just bear with me. For some reason, I
Sure.
can't see Madeline on my screen.
Oh.
Refresh.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
And if you guys need to carry anything, like Hana has a good 5 to 6 kilograms left before she even starts getting encumbered.
Just remember, I can also hold up to what's half of 26. That's 13. I will see what what I've got currently weighing on me to say how much more I can carry 4 years. If I can log back in.
One hell of a strong toaster.
I've got 6 strength.
Well,
That's nice.
don't you have a talent that like doubles it
No.
or the carry weight?
Yeah, she doesn't have.
Yeah, I haven't got pack mule.
She's strong.
Yeah, as I said, she's Bandera Bending Rodriguez. Please insert
There
Bender.
we go.
No, Girder. That's what Bender asks.
There we go. Now I can see everything. Okay. I think this is where Drake is going to turn around and say, all right, we'll split the security teams in half. So you guys will get. God, I don't know who is who now.
This
Hang on.
guy is Thomas Reisinger, and this guy is Lionel Denham.
All right. Drake will turn around and actually put Reisinger with Madeline and Hannah, and Dunham and Sierra will go with Drake.
Well, I thought you said you
I
wanted to leave
was
Lionel at
originally
the.
going to have Denham stay behind to ensure McCoy is because you
Oh,
don't know
okay,
if
well
someone's
then-
going to flank us.
If you want to
Okay,
retcon it and
that's
say
fine.
you also took Kowalski, so that way you have a second gun.
Yes, but then we have no one on the ship to defend.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's okay.
Does
What
have
I'll
the shotgun, so
yeah, you know what? I will just turn and say
Anna is at
those
least
two-
worth 2 security personnel for you, Drake.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
So you and Hannah can go, and Romero and I go on an adventure with
that's fine.
Jer-
All right, and Drake leads the charge. And does Hannah catch up?
He needs to hold shift to run.
So yeah,
Sorry,
you come up to
Hannah's gonna regenerate her stamina.
yeah, you come up to you know, as you move through the tunnel, you come up to these like double doors.
Yep. Can I work on opening them?
Yeah, you can just open them.
Mm. Let's quietly enter this room just in case if there's any problems.
Just beasting the door open.
Prise the door open, Turok style.
And this is the point where Romero's like, "Oh God, this is going to be exactly like Elden Ring. I got to tap the roll button."
So yeah, you're currently at this this intersection here. There's a room that goes left, and then you can go straight. So
Well, are there
Well-
any signs of like footprints or anything like that?
on the stone floor, you would not see any.
How about the PDT? Can we try to figure
The
out?
PDTs would be coming from this way.
Did
Alright.
anyone have a motion tracker?
Cool. We'll head over.
I actually do have a motion tracker.
I do as well.
All right.
So yeah, as
Oh,
you get
Jesus.
yeah, if you get to this point, narrative event, so yeah, if Madeline, if you're on point, make me a mobility roll, please.
Sure.
Okay, so yeah, you suddenly start falling over, but you regain your balance before toppling and injuring yourself. You quickly realize that you have, and I'll just move all the tokens over so y'all can see this. So, and then, is Sierra on point as joining as well?
It's immediately going when Hana sees it, she's immediately going to stop and tell everyone else. It's like, if you have a delicate stomach, I suggest you hold it in as you approach.
So, but yeah, you quickly realize you stumble upon what remains of the Thea's crew, or at least one of the two groups that ventured in here. Scattered across the ground are weapons, miscellaneous pieces of gear, and a few severed limbs, all of which are coated in dried blood, and a trail of blood leads further into the ruins. However, you didn't trip over any of that. You tripped over a massive footprint in the ground.
How big is this footprint?
So if you guys want, I can. Well, no, we didn't. We left. Y'all left McCoy in the fucking thing. So I would say in terms of the, just to give you a freebie. So in terms of uh, from the size of the footprint and the shape of its toes, you estimate that this is actually from a very large bipedal predator, probably at least 20 or 25 feet tall.
Well, so you're freaking out.
All right, another stress. Yeah, speaking of which, in that case, everybody give me a panic roll, because that actually seems like a perfect time to do so. We'll keep it together.
I try to like look at his observation because I also have observation as a doctor, so I can
Oh,
try
true.
to like.
Yeah, try to analyze it. Drake, you wouldn't
Drake's
have
gonna
to.
look over to Hannah. Yeah, Drake will look over at Hannah and go, "I'm thankful I don't have to worry about doing that stuff."
I'm actually going to be looking at the weapons. Is the counter on the pulse rifle still full? Did they even get a chance to fire?
They didn't.
Jeez.
Well, at that point, pick up the pulse rifle, hand it off to someone.
Drake will turn around and say, "Give it here. I need something a little bit more powerful than my static pistol."
Yes, ma'am. Miss Drake, I take it the subtlety is not necessary in this scenario.
No, guard dog.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, you say guard dog. Hold on, let me open my reaction clip for that. Like of what I'm imagining Hana's probably thinking when she hears that. Yeah, and
I
just
also
checking.
start to shine a light and realize there's a blood trails heading south. So I'm
Yeah, it's
like,
heading
guys,
this
let's
way.
move.
All right. Can I please have the item of a pulse rifle added to my equipment sheet, please?
Yeah, sure. Let me just before everybody goes scurrying off, let me just do that for
Yep,
Drake.
yep.
Add a pulse rifle. So
Yep.
you would have the reload in the gun, but you would not have any spare reloads.
All right. Was there any other pulse rifles on the ground?
No, there's just the one.
Okay.
Because you know how like your ship has a one pulse rifle in its armory? That's the case with this guy or with this ship.
Radio.
Where the hell is the fucking pulse rifle? There it is. All right.
I think it's called
What
M.
is
Yeah, there it is.
Thank
Who has a
I got
pulse
it.
on our ship?
So you've got a pulse rifle in your inventory now. But yeah, on the ground
I
there's
do.
two. Actually no, three pistols. A motion tracker here, a PDAT, and a regular
Another.
shotgun.
I'll
That.
pick
I'll
up
go
the
check.
PDAT.
I'll
Oh
grab
yeah,
the
that is the
PDAT and
What's
like check it out, but I'm also like looking and following the blood trail too.
I think there's a total of 4 pistols, a shotgun, a pulse rifle, 2 motion trackers, and a
two
PDAT.
PDATs.
Actually, 2
They're
PDATs.
yeah.
All right. Yep. Drake's just gonna check over the weapon, aim it, make sure it's all lined up, and she'll be like, "All right, move out."
Does a shotgun work?
There are no indications that it doesn't.
Oh yeah. Yeah, take the shotgun.
All right. Let me just. Okay, everybody, hold up for a sec, just so I can
Yeah.
add that to Sierra's thing.
Or-
Okay, Sierra. So yeah, and it is a regular shotgun, not a
Static.
yeah, not a shotgun. Shotgun. Because they apparently changed that
I
to
get,
a cool sounding tongue twister.
I get it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Napa.
So, alright, so then I'll move Sierra over here with the rest of the crew. What the fuck? So, alright, so, yeah, you guys keep following the blood trail. Yeah, I'm just kind of moving.
This sounds like a good idea.
So yeah, you come into this room that looks like some sort of control room. You're able to see a faint glowing blue light that flickers and moves. When you make your way to the source in question is a spacious, borderline cavernous control room similar to the bridge aboard a military warship. There are consoles with massive holographic displays towards the walls, which would basically be like these. And in the center of the room are what you can only assume to be alien versions of holotabs with flickering star maps and static maps of what you can hazard to guess and assume to be the surface of this planet. One such console actually has a human-designed manual override device affixed to it, and it's currently powered, which would be this one.
Let's see. Miss Drake, shall we access?
Who has the better comtech roll out of you and I?
You wouldn't have to do contact, you can just do it.
Oh, okay. Do the honors. Go for it.
Yeah, and then Hana will access.
Okay, so you're accessing, right?
Yeah.
While you do that, echoes through the thing. I don't have like the proper echo chamber going. So yeah, you hear that. Panic roll, please. If I remember
What was that?
Increase stress first and then panic.
Yes. Increase stress then panic, because you don't know what the fuck. Well, did that sound play, by the way?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good.
I played.
Oh lord, that was funny. And somehow you guys kept it to fucking together. Impressive. So let me just go back to. So yeah, it's very loud, as if that wasn't obvious, and you have no idea whether that means whatever made it is right around the corner, or if it was far away but was loud enough to sound if it was right there. And you suddenly start feeling very faint quaking that starts to sort of build up. And yeah, when you can't tell at first, but once you see a towering black mass with glowing eyes, blood-stained teeth and claws, and glowing red fins on its head, it becomes pretty obvious how much trouble you're in. And let me just move the fucking token, because there is actually a token for this big motherfucker. This. I don't know if it's... Oh, of course. You know what? Light source. There. Yeah, you see that thing.
Okay.
It
No,
pauses
nope,
for hold.
I'm
It
go-
pauses. Hold up. Pauses for a moment as it comes around the corner, eyeing all of you before you have a chance to do anything, and it lets out another horrific roar. And I actually have a sound for that one too. And that's where we're under session. I'm just kidding. Everyone roll initiative.
Remember, I get 2, so.
Yes. So the way I figured that out is I will make a copy of Hannah or Hana, however you want to swing it, and so let's see.
What you can do is actually when you put us all in the tracker, you just clone actor, right click on Hannah, and you get 2 Hannahs, and then Hannah can
Oh.
pick which one, and then you
Well,
delete
what
the
I
other.
figured out you can do is if you could do toggle combat state, and there are 2 things for Hana, so I'm going to roll all, and so Hana, you can pick which of those 2 you want. And I'll move this thing back a little bit because I just moved it into focus. Oh, no, yeah, I don't want to move everybody. Moving this thing right.
Well, I'll take the sooner one. I mean, it
Okay.
doesn't matter because
Okay.
it goes first.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, oh I see the clone actor thing now. Okay. So in that case, I will remove actor. So there's Hana's thing. Does anybody want to change spots? I mean, I know you all go in initiative like after this thing, but it depends on who wants to do.
It goes first. It kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah. Who's left?
The good news is that it actually does have, I'll spoil this. It has speed 1.
So it's a big thing that's gonna move very slowly.
Pretty much.
Okay.
So for its, oh, I gotta begin combat. So it is going to move here because it has largest stride.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, I'm gonna fucking D6 this. Evens it attacks Drake, tails it attacks Sierra.
We're about to
Now we
find
find
out.
out if Sierra's an android or not.
Okay.
Odds.
Okay. So, alright, Sierra, if that's what I said. Alright, let me, because I
Yeah, you
even
did.
wrote an attack table for this thing.
Oh, great.
That makes sense narratively. So even though you weren't technically getting away yet. So.
Or just make panic. All 2 humans make panics.
Yep.
It's trying to freak me out.
Well, there's this giant T-Rex sized thing charging you, of course. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that's
Yeah,
appropriate.
well,
Okay, so then Sierra needs. Do you have nerves
Well,
of
there
steel?
goes the-
Do either of you have nerves of steel?
Nope.
Okay, so the question, Sierra, did you have your gun out?
Yeah, I had a shotgun.
Okay, yeah, you're like the thing's stomping towards you, and you stumble back, you drop your shotgun, falls at your feet. So that
Well,
would be its turn. Now it's Sierra's turn.
well, I'm out. I'm running away.
Okay, so yeah, you can double move if you want, or you can like move and do anything else. Because I would say like for one move you could get up to Risinger, and then for a second move you can probably get it like right here. I don't know if you can you guys see the pings when they're out of bounds?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
just check.
There's Sierra reacting.
Yeah,
No, 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 no,
yeah,
no,
no, hold on. Another reaction clip because I'm oh yeah, I see what you posted. Yeah, yeah, because Sierra, I swear to God, I just hear this happening. Like, just imagine this while that's loading. Okay, so that's Sierra's turn. Drake.
Okay. Drake is actually going to walk backwards towards this direction, aiming and walking backwards.
You would have to aiming is one action and moving is another.
Not the literal,
Oh,
not the
so
move itself to gain
oh,
the two, just aiming in the direction of the creature,
okay.
and she's going to attack it.
Okay. Fire at will.
Thank you.
Also, you got a pulse rifle full auto.
And you don't gain stress from it.
No, I can't gain stress. Remember?
I
Yeah,
said
you said
I said
don't.
you
full
don't.
auto. You don't gain stress from full autoing.
Yeah.
Unless you met basically the miracle of life, and now you can gain stress, Android.
Oh fuck! Let's not get into that one. Not just yet. I think that's going to be something Cody would have to be brought up to speed about.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
full
firing
auto.
it.
I thought.
There are modifiers, just because I should know because I've done a lot of Twilight 2000 lately. But let me check the
Yeah.
modifiers. Okay,
It would be
rulebook.
+4 aiming and full auto. Give
Well,
2.
he's not
No
aiming.
+4. You also have the size modifier.
Yeah, that's what I
So
was
that's
looking at.
probably. Let me go look up
Yeah.
the GM.
I'm
But-
looking at.
yeah.
So large target is +2, and this thing is pretty fucking huge. I would say the lighting is not exactly bright, but it's not totally dark, so dim light would be -1. You're at short range, so that is there's no modifier
Total
to short
1.
range. So yeah, from range fire modifiers, it would just be actually +1, and then if you go full auto, that's +3.
But I thought full auto is you have to put on stress of 2.
Well, no, you don't have to because you're an android.
Oh.
Yeah, you can full auto without gaining stress. I mean, there's also a talent that lets you full auto without gaining stress. That's for
You've got to be kidding me.
So yeah, you fire, you're sort of like, just the gun's sort of like swaying around. Because even though you can't necessarily feel fear, your self-preservation protocols are kicking in. So
Oh yeah.
it's for all
You
intents and
also
purposes.
need to get your aiming recalibrated, because holy shit.
Yeah.
All right.
That's terrible.
Yep.
You're a true battle droid. Okay, so now it's Hana's turn.
Gonna aim and fire, so that's be a +3, or is it in the light now?
It's
I do have lights on my suit, by the way.
Oh yeah. Well, the lights on the suit. Yeah, I suppose that would make sense.
Okay. Put that all in the damage.
Holy
Yeah. Here's the thing. So the buckshot, like, just basically at most scrapes its hide, and if anything, just seems to make it mad because it just roars at you again.
Yeah, Hana will immediately then say, Miss Drake, I suggest retreat as a preferable option to engaging in combat.
Why do you think I was trying to get its attention?
Heroic sacrifice.
And that's what happens when you get armor doubled against this thing. This thing probably has more armor than an Abrams.
Yeah,
Mm.
even with that, that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is its armor roll against that?
It's like the for once I'm experimenting with the rule. If you stat it, your players will try to kill it. This is supposed to be like sort of a narrative obstacle.
Oh, okay. So we're not intending to kill. There's no way to kill it because
Yeah,
technically the
admittedly.
narrative is run.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
figured
Yeah,
once you said
okay.
speed is 1, you just run.
Advancing boss of doom. That's what this is.
Yeah.
So that Hana, no, you fired at it, but you can also run if you want.
Okay. Yes. Then,
So you could probably get about to here, if you want, or
no, I'm
actually,
going to stay in range in case I need to bodyguard Miss Drake, because she
Okay.
is my priority.
are you going to
Yeah.
be in engage range? Because keep in mind, you would have to use an action to get into from short to engaged.
It's within
I'm going to
short
keep her
range.
within short range so that way I can bodyguard if I need to.
Well, no, I'm saying that like if it launches, if it's a ranged attack, it doesn't matter what range you're at. But if something is like in melee, you actually have to be in engaged.
Meaning you need to be probably need to be close to me as possible,
Yeah.
just in case if it
So I'm
gets
giving you the
in
option
melee
to be
range.
in engaged range with Drake.
Oh, engage. You two are a couple.
It's like
Oh,
that wasn't
hands.
obvious. I'm just kidding. Okay, so that's Hana's turn. So, Reisinger, knowing when to fold him and seeing that like a fucking massive barrage of buckshot just annoyed this thing, he's gonna run. He's no coward, but he knows to pick his fights. Uh,
Total
so,
coward here.
so, Madeline, what's your move?
Alrighty. I'm just looking at those two, and then I'm looking at the others, and yeah, no, beat a retreat, so I'll head up to here.
Humans run.
Battle droids feel no fear.
And I'll just say is in case it tries to chase us, I'll split up, and we'll try to head back to the APC.
Let's split up, gang.
I mean, if we're all together, that just means it's going to be a buffet. So it's like, no, we need to split up. So I'll head north.
Mhm.
All right. So so Madeline, Reisinger, and Sierra just fucking leg it. This
Yeah.
giant fucking monstrosity, turns its attention towards what's currently in the room. So it's going to use one maneuver to get to basically engaged, and it's going to assault. All right, evens is Drake, odds is Hana. All right, Hana. So it is going to roll its signature attack.
All right.
And let's see what it does.
Ooh, okay. 2.
Okay, then I'm going to block with the cutting
Oh.
torch.
Okay.
Shit.
And your armor.
All right. Yep. That voids out the 2 successes.
No, it's damage too, so it's
based-
actually 3 damage.
Yeah.
So you can, if
Yeah,
you
but
have your armored suit.
I do have my. Okay.
Okay.
There we
Yeah.
go.
So in that case, you completely devoid, like it basically slashes at you, and then it's sort of like, I'm just imagining like in Rogue One when the AT-AT gets like shot with a rocket, and then it just like slowly like turns back into position. Like that's
Yeah,
Hana. Like it gets,
he basically slashes at it, and then Hana just like turns and looks.
yeah, Hana like
Miss Drake,
recoils.
I suggest retreating immediately.
I am definitely agreeing with that assessment.
Danger when I was in danger.
All right, so Sierra.
Yes. I'm panicking more running.
Which way are you running?
I guess this way.
Yeah, so I would say you could probably get like here with 2 moves. Okay. So you're double moving, that's your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Drake.
Yep. She's gonna be like, yep. I'm booking on out of here, but I'm gonna have to probably do a mobility roll, won't I?
Yeah, because it's engaged, and if it if you fail, then it gets a free attack on you. And keep in mind, Hana, you already used your bodyguard for this round.
I didn't use bodyguard.
You
You
did.
used
I used the block.
no. You used a block.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah. And what did I get? Yes, I got
You
away.
got a success.
All right.
All right. I'm guessing here.
Okay. Well, yeah, I would say it probably made like whatever.
And yeah, I'm able to.
All right. So Hannah,
Oh,
the Risinger,
Oh,
he just basically fucking follows Sierra.
Hannah, you best to go ahead and actually keep Madeline safe.
Well,
Speaking-
I already used one action, so I can only go basically this far. So
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying as in afterwards.
Yeah. So Madeline, what do you do?
Well, I'm also exploring the map, so I'm heading up north. So we go up north once. Notice there's also black rubble. Is there anything interesting there, or do I keep?
No. There's nothing really to explore up there. So yeah, you
Well, then I
can
guess
probably.
back
I
to
would
the
say
dead
you could
bodies.
get about where you are, like right here.
Bitchin'.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so now it is this thing's turn, so it will use a maneuver to get here. And it is going to roll an attack, so I'm going to do the same thing. It attacks Hana again.
It really loves. It must be going after Hannah's pheromone.
So let's see.
It's got a thing for blondes.
Reach.
Well,
Well,
that doesn't
The
do shit.
medium.
yep. Good. Well, some of us panic.
Yeah,
Others don't.
yeah. So Sierra and Madeline, because I would say that you technically run like you would be in medium range, because like if the way I see it, if I'll just draw a line, or actually you wouldn't be able to see that.
yeah, we're in range, yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty much on like the border, medium and short.
So I still hear it freak out.
Yeah, you just hear this horrifying roar. So, stress and panic, please. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
man.
Okay, let me look at your inventory, see what the hell you have.
No. She's already done a drop from before, didn't she?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
still.
so that thing only lasts a round, so it's new round.
Yeah, so you can still
right.
drop something again. Let's see.
Yes, you can be a Butterfingers.
Yeah, you stumble and you drop your flashlight.
Right.
So,
What?
but yeah, let's
I'm
see.
losing all my nerves. Just kidding.
And yeah, but then the two battle droids are immune. So, Sierra, I'm assuming you either just keep running or you grab the flashlight and run.
That's losing at one of the actions.
Yeah, I just keep running.
Yeah, like Jesus, fuck this, and just.
Yeah. Drop the flashlight.
Jesus
It's still after me.
Oh, this is great. Oh my god. Okay, so Sierra, you get about to the blood area here. So, and I'll just say Madeline, you'd probably just be shy of like eyesight of Madeline. All right, Drake.
Looks like I'm rolling mobility again.
Yep. Ooh, nice.
Okay. And I will get to here.
Okay.
Or can I go further?
With You could actually, if you double move, yeah, you can move further.
Yeah, Hana will also double move.
Okay. So
Alright.
yeah, you guys can get to where Reisinger is. Oops.
Okay.
Yeah, there
Oh,
he is.
okay.
Okay, so you two double moved. Reisinger is going to double move to fucking Sierra. Madeline.
And Hana will call out to the comms. It's like, McCoy, start the car immediately. Stop drinking. Prepare for immediate evac. Hostiles coming in hot. Now.
Bottle.
I think he's gonna get a little bit petrified. McCoy, if you don't drop the bottle right now, I will fire you myself and skin you alive.
Okay, so Madeline, do you double move as well?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. All right. So this guy, now that Madeline has moved, it's going to double move. So go 1 and 2. So it's not going to attack this round, but it is in engaged range again.
Yep.
So Sierra. Sierra?
We're ready.
All that predator.
What else can we do? Run.
Just run some more.
All right, so I would say, with one, if you double move, you get to the door.
Okay.
So would you like to do that?
Yes.
Okay, so you are at the door. What the?
Take me home.
Door's over here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Drake.
Alrighty. Looks like I'm doing this all over again. So, mobility. Oh my god, I'm
You-
so fucking lucky.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm pushing it. I'm getting to here. Oh shit, I can't apparently go through walls.
Nice.
Well, I double move.
All right. So that's you guys' turn. Reisinger fucking runs to the door. Madeline.
I'm still holding shift.
Weird. I have no stamina depletion when running, but rolling really takes it out of me.
Oh, I'm still holding shift. That's great. This thing is going to, double move. I'm sorry for the repetition, but this is literally all this thing can do.
Yeah, well, in which case, should we just do, because we're all wearing, should we just do mobility like one more time?
Yeah, I'll say this: if you get out the door, then you're safe, and you're almost at the door. So, Hana is secure.
And I'll share one of those with Drake if need be for her leaving.
Drake, we are leaving. I can't believe I only just.
Plan for the perfect scene.
All right. So Drake, are you gonna roll?
Yes, I am. Hold on a minute.
Why do you always get one each time? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I am just
It's
lucky.
the dice. The
Um,
dice have a story they want to tell.
Yeah.
So
Is there any way I could? No, I wouldn't be able to. Shit.
Is the door electronic?
I'm going to get to here.
Why?
Just bear with me.
Okay.
I have a plan.
okay.
So I guess in that case, so Sierra ran to the door. Or actually, no, it started on its whatever. I'm just confused now. So Reisinger in that case, he will fucking run to the APC. Madeline, I'm assuming you do the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys are out of the. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Well, that conveniently worked.
Ah, there was a patch of ice and I just slid.
uh, and then it just plays like stock filmation sound effects, like little slide whistle noises as you slip and fall and slide. Okay. Uh, so uh, this thing is going to pretty much just keep chasing, so it's going to move 1 and 2. Sierra, do you do anything?
I am rolling ahead of time as
Start the
Very
APC.
So
Start the car, start the car.
better roll that piloting.
I gotta roll that? Okay.
yeah, you would have to. I mean, in this case, because it's like a stressful situation, you gotta like gun it to get away. Oh shit. Oh, how much stress do you? Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh man, this is great. Okay, so that's Sierra's turn. So Drake roll in advance.
Yep. Oh,
Well,
yes.
you already rolled. Why did you roll again?
I didn't roll. This
Yeah,
is
you
me
did.
rolling now.
No, you rolled. Okay, after Hana rolled mobility, and then like before Madeline rolled air, you did. But if you want to say you rolled, it's the same result, so I guess it doesn't matter. So you
Yeah.
run out the door, uh, with one action. Do you want to shut the door with another?
Yeah, but I also want to go ahead and utilize my polymer climbing rope and tie that fucking door down and make sure that there's no way it can get through that door.
Uh, okay.
How was that strong?
How fast can you tie a knot? That's the real limiting question.
I think that's what the mobility was about.
Yeah, probably. Okay. So, oh no, it makes sense. Mobility to get away, and then mobility to tie the door. Okay, yeah. So, well, you succeed. You seal the door. Uh,
Bam
and
and bam.
so
Okay,
Hana,
checkout time.
what?
Yeah,
I just turned.
literally at that point, Hana has her arm on yours and is literally running as fast as possibly can.
Yeah, as you run, you just hear like roars and banging against the door, but it's not really budging. Uh, so, you do actually manage to get to the APC. Does Sierra drive back?
Yes.
Okay.
Post haste.
Okay. So let me just check. Um, yeah, and with the threat passed, what we'll do is, like as you drive back to your ship, is we'll, call it a session and then like discuss it, post game. If that sounds doable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, that
So
sounds fine.
yeah, so that's where we'll call it here for XP. Let's see. Uh, the hell is the XP chart? One moment, please.
I can read you the questions. I
No,
can
no,
pull
I
it up
got it.
pretty
I got it. I
quickly.
got it. Hey, everybody gets 1 point for participation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, did you risk or sacrifice? If you followed your agenda, you
Yep.
okay. Um,
Yeah,
if
definitely. You can test.
yeah, if you risked your life for your buddy, which I mean, it seems kind of a no-brainer for certain characters.
My buddy wasn't here.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing stopping you from changing your buddy if you want,
That's
even if it's
where I
I
rolled yes,
know.
even though the player wasn't here.
you what?
I stood up to McCoy. Stop drinking, old man.
Alright. So, well, if there's risk your life for buddy, challenge or stand up to your rival.
I challenged my rival. I told him if he doesn't stop drinking, I will fire him and skin him alive.
Chris everybody's rival, huh?
Yeah, well, McCoy's a dick. That's why he's so funny.
Hey, it's kind of easy to stand up to your rival when they're not there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I shouldn't, by all rights, I shouldn't be enabling that, but just because you guys made a convincing argument that I find hilarious, I'm allowing it. Um, panic rolls. I mean, God, Sierra and Madeline made several, so they get points.
Over our record.
Mm,
You definitely overcame a very dangerous event, so everybody gets a
Yep.
point for that. And making significant discoveries. Definitely, you made the discovery that, like, about what you. I mean, you got a pretty good sense of what happened to the crew. It's very implicit, but just call it a hunch.
yeah.
But you did also, find the Thea, and you did find the alien ruins and all this other stuff. Extraordinary action of some kind. I'm open to interpretation on that.
I was going to turn and say me gaining constant 1 rolls for every mobility roll. That's significant.
I made mine as well every time.
Well, you got a
Also,
shitload of.
also the shotgun
I was
of
I
the
was about to
8
say
damage
that.
shotgun.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking impressive. I was like, it
Mhm.
was on the tip of my tongue that I was saying that. So yeah, the shotgun stuff, the the like consistent rolls and all that. Yeah, Madeline, Sierra, if you thought of anything that you did that
I dropped the shotgun and cried like a baby.
it was extraordinarily hilarious, but I wouldn't call it an extraordinary action.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
just
was
to get a pat down by the TSA because I was not waiting in line for that fucking thing.
I think
I was
extraordinary action was like burning that corpo at the end.
Yeah, I'll say that standing up to brag and like back talking her and living to tell the tale was pretty extraordinary. So I would say that's actually more extraordinary than the shotgun stunts.
2 successes from the piloting role that Sierra did in able to get out of here would be significant.
Uh, no, I
I guess
consider
all the
that kind of like
stress.
that's sort of like a run of the mill piloting role. Like if it was like a lot of successes, I would probably do that. But
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, we could turn around and say the best attempt to try to go ahead and avoid interrogation, but still spilling the beans on the fact of there being more than one robot on the ship, but thankfully didn't imply me.
now that's extraordinary.
Oh, well, okay.
See, there's your point.
So
What's extraordinary for Hana is learning about subtlety.
yeah, and then everybody got a point because y'all got paid.
And if you didn't, not my problem.
Yeah. So with the assumption that you're going to make it back to your ship, if you guys want to roll for talents and stuff now or do so at the next session, you can. Just
I
let me know
am
what you're rolling
going to
for.
be. I am putting a point in mobility because that was really sheer luck, but I will not have that sheer luck next time if that came about.
I'm putting a point into manipulation. That's the next thing I'm working up. So
Alright.
Yeah, I put point mobility too.
Just so you are aware, Isaac, can I just do a demonstration on my manipulation roll, please?
Yeah, sure.
No, that's bullshit. That is bullshit because oh, wait a second, hold on.
yes, and with menacing, right now, this
No,
is
no,
my
no, 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 no. Sorry, wait. I've got 8 in wits with 6 in
How do you have
with
6?
6 in manipulation with 8 in wits.
How do you have 6? It only goes up to 5 max.
Are you talking about because of the tape recorder?
No, I'm just saying because I've also got take control.
Take control just enables you to use your authority. It doesn't add to your
No.
dice.
No, you can roll manipulation using wits instead of empathy.
So you're
Yeah.
basically saying is your link skill is not empathy, it's wits.
Yeah, and I
Yes.
have menacing, so I can use my strength, which is also 8 for manipulation. So
Crap. 3 from that brings it to 5.
Other than that, I hope everybody had a good time, because very different, like, sort of session with like two different styles of like story.
And fun.
I managed to block the thing.
Yeah, that was like giant fucking claws slashing at you, and you fucking like deflected. That's impressive. That could have also been a extraordinary action. You soak up the claw damage from a giant monster without taking a single point of damage. But yeah,
just
I thought.
no sells it.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's the way I put it. No sell. So
Hana is meant to be a bodyguard.
which she does almost too well.
Yeah, you can say that. Fucking T-Rex.
Alright, I've figured out what exactly my entire manipulation roll with take control will be.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, and I'm working at my manipulation. I only got a couple more to do, and I'm going to have the same level as you. 6, 8, and then 1, 2. Yeah,
That
and
makes
that's as
no
high as you
sense.
can get. So I just need to gain
Mm.
basically 2 more levels, and then I'll be at that as well.
I think there's a talent you can get like hot-headed, that is sort of like a counter argument to pull rank, but still works for regular manipulation.
Yeah, you get a +2 to oppose manipulation checks. I have that.
Yeah.
I think if you realize Delacour's kind of hot-headed.
I will probably get that as on the next one. Actually, I'll since I think I'll lower it down by 1. I'll get that one.
So I mean, are you gonna have? Well, you don't have to roll if Madeline
Be
has
learning
it.
So.
Well, Madeline, don't you have it?
Yeah.
Then just,
Oh yeah, I'll learn it from Madeline then. Great.
Yeah.
You're supposed to all be observing, so
Here's how you look at things.
Yeah, no, it's like, so you can do the Jada Pinkett Smith thing, where it's like telling your son an insult and you just look and manipulation roll success. Walk up, slap.
Dang.
so. Well, I mean,
Alright.
yeah, great session,
I
guys.
hope we can have Knock again soon. I
Yeah.
hope everything goes well with the move.
Yeah. Hopefully, Lux is okay, because he, as I said, he sent me a text saying he wasn't able to make it because something like.
yeah, he's fine. He's just needing some time, so he should be in for next time.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
So we're all back on the ship, and then we can just bullshit and all that. That's
Yeah.
good.
So, well, yeah, great session, very funny, great, extraordinary stunts and everything else.
You stay away from my drink, bitch.
Crazy possessive android girlfriend.
Oh my god.
That
All I
sounds
can
like
say
something would be in the 3 Worlds Empires and anime.
I've seen that show.
Hana's fail-safe protocols is basically being stored with porn. So basically, anyone who hacks into it, unwillingly, they get that.
Oh no!
And then the words I can.
Why is there files listed Peter Weyland here?
Oh god.
Oh god, that is a terrifying thought. Oh, that is scary.
Yep.